It's true.
No, it's not.
It was. You had the headphones on.
You did have the headphones on. Welcome to the Deeper Issues Artcast. On tonight's episode, Thunderbolts beats Endgame, a Toys R Us movie, and the movies are back for real this time, baby. We're here to nerd-splain it all to you, so stick around because your fandom awaits.
Fantasies of God, fantasies.
Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy new comic book day. Welcome back to the place where we think all the deep thoughts about all the shallow things until we've all been put below the ground and shaking hands with the Grim Reaper. This is the Deeper Issues Nerdcast. Can anybody hear that applause this time? I know we can hear it.
I hear it.
I know we hear it, but I'm trying. We're dabbling with things here around. Anyways, because our studio audience, they're not mic'd up properly, so we're just trying to make sure that the thousands of people in this space here are mic'd up properly.
Yeah, and they're drinking.
They can be heard. They're
going off.
totally real people. 100%.
Totally real people.
They're totally real people that need to be heard.
I'll tell you all of their names.
Yeah.
Right now.
Margaret. Anyways.
Oh, Jimmy back there. Timmy,
thank you guys. We're starting a little late this evening because, and it's funny, we just realized that there's a feature, by the way, that also lets you see people's chat as YouTube's like prepping your live or whatever it may be. So it's even more nerve-wracking because you're like, oh shit, there's people already like waiting in the friggin' thing. So it's the equivalent, I guess, to being behind the curtain and I guess hearing the crowd and being like, oh. So thank you for sticking around with us. Can we hear that applause? I don't know.
Yes, they can hear
all right,
the applause.
guys.
They can. It was
Come on.
okay.
Come on,
Yes.
guys.
So the echo, it was like there was
Calm
like an
down.
echo removal thing. I think that we had to get rid of.
So if we echo.
Yeah. If this is your first time joining us, we take the weekly geeky zeitgeist and make it accessible and digestible. We'll deep dive into the latest movies, TVs, comics, or whatever the thing that the internet is fighting about now, and nerd-splain it. No nerdy background necessary to hang out. Whether you're a total newbie or a level 99 pop culture wizard, myself and panel of nerd-splainers who have a PhD in pop culture in order to be your geeky guides to discovering what kind of nerd you really are, will be the gateway. Actually, so welcome to the gateway. To all things nerdy, no gatekeeping allowed. Welcome to the Deeper Issues Nerdcast. My panel of nerd-splainers, grandmasters of geekery, pop culture, senseis, streamer supremes, streaming senseis, I don't know, Nerdcast Council, dorky devotees. I got a list of these. We can keep going. Should I keep going?
Yeah.
Round
Do
Table
two
of True
more.
Believers. Zeitgeist Zealots is my favorite. Blockbuster Brainiacs.
Ooh.
Oh, this is some
Girl.
big words.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Security.
Continuity Crusaders. Walking Wikis. Anyways,
Somebody loves alliteration.
Walking Wookiees. I know. I love alliterations. I do. I'm a sucker for it. To my left, the only good ditty left on the planet. Put on lipstick before the show. You're welcome, Internet.
Your wife told me to.
You are welcome, Internet. Live Olivia Diddy King.
It's me.
It's you.
It's you.
Love you, Diddy. All right, guys, quiet down.
Back from being sucked into a computer like friggin' Dexter Douglas, nerd computer race. Ty got sucked into the internet and he was blasted into cyberspace and ended up at a poppy show. He did not get superpowers like Freakazoid, but ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Ty T.I. Tyler. Ciao. T-Ty.
Oh.
The unexpected. The team is back here, guys. We're
back, baby.
Back.
We are
baby.
back. What are
we
the
weren't expecting. We were
odds?
like, oh, Ty's back. Tommy Jeff is going to be here, but Tommy Jeff is in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
I couldn't miss this.
The most responsible human here, the man that makes sure that we're not delivering all the misinformation that we normally deliver and keeps us in check and keeps us in line. Tommy Jeff. And keeps the worst dad jokes.
The worst dad jokes?
The best of the worst.
Look, They're funny to me. So
They're-
that's
no.
all that I care about.
They're-
I've got to tell you,
What's funny to me is that how funny they are to you.
that's the only funny thing about it.
No,
I love you so much.
I just because it is like a core memory with Tommy, Jeff, and me of him of the Felipe Flape joke, and I was like,
They said you needed
I
a
don't
job.
like.
But
This
I-
joke took me like 20 minutes to get out the first time I went up to Pablo.
but I appreciate delivering like a random dad joke that nobody would laugh in and like digging into the. Yeah, I love you, Tommy, Jeff.
Love you too, man.
I love your dad jokes.
I love you
And
too.
I'm glad you're here. This is exciting. So he surprised us. Oh, and you also need to send me video here when we talk about Tommy Jeff and what he learned. You did. You put it in there.
I'm responsible.
Oh,
You are responsible.
it's up.
It's
Oh,
up.
man.
I'm irresponsible.
I learned a lot about myself.
I think a lot of people learned a lot about you.
Yeah, a lot of people did.
I can't wait.
This show is all about learning, whether we're nerd-splaining something to you that maybe you need to know about what's going on in the world of pop culture, or, we are humans who live lives and we learn things from time to time. So this is a little segment before we dive into the rest of the show called What Did We Learn This Week?
I control the camera.
Did he? It just also makes sense clockwise, but I was trying to give it to you, Ty, because you had mentioned at some point, you were like, everybody go, I can't follow that, or whatever it may be.
I know. I did the last 2 times.
All right, well, I'm just saying, it's on the record.
Listen.
You're on camera saying it.
I'll go second to last.
So,
Pavel's going next.
Diddy, what did you learn this week, sir?
No, listen.
I'm listening.
If anything, I learned that movies are back, baby. I went
Yeah.
and saw Sinners 3 times. Count them. Yeah, baby.
Trace faces.
And I know that's going to be in our news and stuff, so we're going to
For our
talk about
Spanish
it. But I'm just like, I'm so happy. Like, I went to the movies 3 times to see something. Like-
I'm so excited to hear you talk about this. Like,
Did he? Well, we will. That is, it's definitely for sure part of our news is
I'm going to get into it.
You don't want to tell. You don't want to. You didn't learn anything at your karaoke experience that you're all hungover from today. From
Thank you so much.
For calling her
Thank
out.
you. I guess I learned from my karaoke experience last night that I am hungover from is that I need validation, people. Okay? I need validation. Okay? I sang like 10 songs and
I know you killed it. I wasn't there, but I know you killed it.
girl.
Diddy's karaoke's on.
So
She's good.
yes.
It's just fun to karaoke with.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm down to karaoke with you
I
whenever, Diddy.
sang karaoke, and I was with my friends. Every time they came back to the table, and even when they were performing, I'm yelling, I'm hooting and hollering, I'm giving them. I know that they feel supported by me. You know. So,
You're a supporter.
I'm
Yeah.
a supporter. I'm
Yeah.
like, ooh.
I appreciate
And
chat says they want you to sing for us.
I'm yelling, girl, at people. Like I'm like,
Can we get an example?
no,
it. She's not that drunk.
no,
yet.
sir.
She's hungover. Let her.
I'm hungover. I'm not drunk.
But give Diddy a few drinks. She'll karaoke the shit out of a place.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
she'll-
Crack
she'll-
open another one.
I'll
she'll-
listen.
By the end of tonight's
We'll get there.
episode,
And then
Pink Pony Club will definitely be sung.
I almost did that one, but I
wouldn't-
did.
1000%
I would have
would.
needed a video if you did.
Well, that's the other thing that I took videos of everyone else doing their thing, and no one did
What?
one video of me. And
What
I was
the
like,
fuck?
I was kind of
how,
like,
how are you not gonna
That's-
have a hype person?
I was like, I'm such a hype person. And that I was like, hey, who's my hype person? right now?
Nobody's.
They did you
My
got a
friends,
video
my
of me?
friends after I was done were like, didn't say anything
Wow.
until like later in the night. They were like, "No, it was good," and I was like,
I don't need
"Well,
Was it?
I need to know."
What kind
like,
of friends are these? What are these?
They're
what are
my
these
good friends.
Are
They're my
these
good friends.
Look, Diddy,
friends?
you've got a friend in me.
Yeah.
Thank you. Because what I need, okay, so this is what I learned. What I need is when I do karaoke, the second I'm done, is I need someone to be like, holy shit, that was better than their original.
Did he?
Even if it wasn't.
I need you to let me know next time karaoke night is, because I'm gonna come in like the Kool-Aid man and go, oh yeah, like
Yeah.
Diddy.
yeah. I'll hype you up.
Yes, I need a hype man.
We
That's
got
what I
this.
learned at the end of the day, is I need a hype man. I need validation.
We'll bring air
And,
horns.
I need
We
air
all
horns.
we all need that.
Sparklies, whatever it is, whatever it may be.
Hey,
I need it.
I'm gonna give you folks some advice. Take videos of your friends when you guys are doing fun stuff.
Yeah. We
Yes.
Take pictures. It's cool. Like
I
I
take
did it.
videos of you all the time.
Yeah. Well,
Everyone gives me shit about taking videos all the time. When anyone's doing fun stuff, people are always like, "Oh, you're recording, blah blah blah," and I'm like, "Listen,
You're not locked in.
this is not for anything else than when I'm old and I'm gonna be watching this and I'm gonna be like, hell yeah."
yeah.
So let me have my hell yeah moment when
Look.
I'm in my 80s, okay?
We live in such
Assuming-
a amazing time. Like, of course, everybody's gonna be cynical about be like, oh, posting and social media and all these different things. But we live in a pretty good time. I feel like, to where we have the ability to document so many awesome things that whenever we are long and gone, the aliens are gonna come down and explore the planet and find our hard drives and find a way to restore them and be like, man, these motherfuckers are crazy. So let's.
And I know that they're gonna think I'm funny.
Yeah.
And the thing is like they're it's like a candid moment too. Like and like those are the best.
Well, you can't always do it. You can't always get a candid moment, and I think that's where I go wrong sometimes, because like somebody will do something really funny
Johnny
and really
California.
like awesome, and then I'll be like, oh, missed it. Do it again, and they'll be like, what the fuck? No,
like it doesn't work that way.
I know, but like also just do it again, just how you did it, exactly how you did it. But learned a lot of stuff about myself, I guess. You guys just perform for me all the time and also give me validation when I perform, okay?
Yeah.
I
Listen,
love this.
that's-
This is amazing.
Words of affirmation are Diddy's love language,
Yes, and gifts.
and gift giving.
I love gifts.
And I'm also gonna say quality time. Maybe no, I don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Well, that's 3 of
Yeah,
the
sure.
5, so why not just list
How
another
about
2?
all-
You can. Yeah.
Hey, how about all
They're
5?
all your love languages.
Hey, how about all 5?
What are
I
the
mean, they
other
all
two?
are to a degree.
Physical touch and
Acts of services.
and acts of services.
Hello.
Well, those are the love languages. Now you know. Diddy's got all 5.
She's got all 5 on lock.
Ty.
Oh, what did you learn this
Ty,
week?
what do you mean? No, it's your turn. Ty, what did you learn this week? I'm the host here.
Aren't we all a host?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm still. We're going clockwise.
Yeah.
I introed the segment.
Yes.
So
Because I did it first.
I had to go first.
I have a longer thing. I have like an essay.
No,
over
I know.
here.
Oh,
Fine.
Lord.
What the hell?
Someone said they didn't recognize me without a hat, so put the hat back on.
Oh,
It's fine.
Also,
Oh, wait,
I love
they
that.
also asked what your go-to song is, Diddy.
oh. Okay. So I do Dolly Parton,
Nice.
100%, and then I also do like
Dolly
Alanis
Parton?
Morissette. Well, I'll do 9 to 5.
Mm.
And then I do Alanis Morissette, one hand in the pocket,
Yep.
one hand in my
No one's
pocket.
holding a cigarette.
But then my thing is I do an impression of the singer.
Yeah, it's
Hell
hilarious.
yes.
And then also my third one is I Miss You by Blink-182.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And then I do a Tom DeLonge thing.
Hell yeah.
And then I
we've had the Tom
challenge
DeLonge off
everybody
conversation
in the karaoke bar to do a Tom DeLonge off,
Yeah.
as we know.
Yeah.
So I'll be doing half of my Tom DeLonge karaoke is like, who's gonna beat me about doing Tom DeLonge? And I'll go like, where are you? They can't. They
Yes.
won't. No one can.
So you win.
Diddy, I'll take
I
you to
win.
emo night. Take you to emo night.
We're gonna do a
Ooh.
Deeper Issues Nerdcast karaoke night.
Ooh, girl.
Oh.
I think we can make that happen.
Security.
I will just
Bring
go.
noise canceling headphones when it's my turn. You
Ty's
will
been
thank
there.
me.
Ty's been. You've been around me. We've karaoke.
Oh yeah, in the car. Yeah, on the way to Comic Con.
No, we
But-
did karaoke in Salt Lake at.
Oh shit, we did.
Yeah.
Pablo, I,
totally
did
forgot.
Sweet Transvestite.
Yeah, it's
That's one of my go-to also,
Yeah.
but it's also one of yours. And then when you do it, when we go, I'm like, I'm doing it with you. And you're like, this is kind of my thing. I'm like, well, it's kind of my thing too.
This is
So we have to do it together.
it's true. And that
But last night I did it by myself and Novatos.
I definitely do think I'm gonna start adding Pink Pony Club into that repertoire though.
It's so fun. But also I think of that meme of Chapel Roan singing at Pink Pony Club, and then also Elton John being like wearing a pink cowboy hat and being like Pink Pony Club.
Yeah.
And then it's like my millennial friends, millennial people hanging out with their Gen Z friends, and I'm like, that's how I felt
they
a little bit last night.
Played-
I hit a wall.
yeah. They played Pink Pony Club at that con thing when somebody was doing the masquerade.
Oh yes.
Oh, they did.
And
Yes.
and I was like totally expecting everybody to just start blasting and singing.
Yeah, why wouldn't they?
And Chandra was there, and we like both started kind of, and like nobody sang along, and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with these people?
I know. I have you on
That's what I
camera
was
doing
like.
that.
I want to sing
I
it
don't
right
like
now.
this. Anyways,
Oh, you
yeah.
got videos from that night. You should send me some.
Oh yeah.
Ty, what did you learn? Sorry, let's.
No, it's okay.
We
We don't
sorry.
have to do. We don't have to do. Me.
No, go. What did you? What
Ty.
you learn stuff?
I
You
did-
learn stuff.
Yeah,
Dude.
it's been like 2 weeks.
Okay. I learned. Holy shit! Like I thought I had a limit. Apparently I don't. Because I went like Pablo knows. Like driving stresses me out for like if I don't know where I'm going. I drove my ass to the. I mean, I've been to the Wiltern, but like I drove by
Yeah,
myself.
that's what. So okay, I'm glad that's what you're talking.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you went to a concert
Do you know that?
by yourself,
Right.
Which is empowering. I feel like.
Oh yeah, I've done
Yeah.
So this was my first like major like I've done like Chain Reaction, Observatory by myself, but this was like LA show by myself, so this was kind of cool. But you know that like TikTok sound effect where it's like another club, another club, another club. Like
Yeah.
that's what I felt like this week because I had Poppy on Wednesday, which was an amazing experience. I got to meet a new friend. I got to get VIP exclusive shit, which I'll get into. Thursday, and I was supposed to go to the doctor's, but then got canceled. Then I got the opportunity to meet the guitarist for my favorite band, Bring Me the Horizon,
Oh wow.
in Hollywood. So I had to drive to Hollywood again to the Guitar Center, where he did riffs, did a Q&A. I got to shake his hand, got to take a picture. He signed my trading card. It was insane.
Did you do that too? That was another solo trip,
That was another solo trip.
man. Okay.
And then Friday, I
Welcome to the club, man.
That's
right?
it's a very healthy thing. Like I feel like I
was.
love sometimes doing just just
Yeah.
stuff by yourself. It's 1,000% okay, folks.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
think, well, I think it helps too. Like I got new headlights, so I can actually see shit now. in
Oh,
the
look
dark.
at that.
But and then Saturday was the Ren Fair. TJ and I went to the Ren Fair, and that was my first
We
Ren Fair.
did.
So that was like another thing I got to do, which I'll talk about later. And then
Which we have video from
yeah,
I'm pissed.
stuff that Tommy Jeff learned about himself.
Are you joking me?
Stop spoilers.
someone fed me
Spoilers.
a drink. Anyway, so. And then Sunday, I went to an A24 screening, but that was with my dad. And then Monday was Japanese Heritage Night at Dodger Stadium. That was with my family. And just I was like, cool, I'm done. And then Fangoria invited me to the screening for Final Destination Bloodlines, which is out May 16th.
Hell yeah.
So I drove my dad and I went to LA yesterday again to Hollywood to go to the Chinese theater to do a Q&A with some of the creators and some of the cast.
Was Murphy there?
Yeah.
Some footage there of Ty. I'm sorry, just to
No,
have
you're good.
trying to kill the volume on it. But
No, you're good. But yeah.
Who in the cast? Who was there?
Oh, I have a photo.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil it, but it's one of the cousins and then the mom.
Ba-ba-bum.
You know, Murphy from the 100 is in Bloodlines.
What I want to know
You guys ever watch 100?
No.
No.
before we
Sorry.
get into that, Ty, what I want to know,
Yes.
what did you learn about yourself in like going to an event by yourself? Like that, like going to like a concert, like
Yeah.
normally like that's a thing. You're like, oh, I have to have, but like I said, that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, like, I know
You're a
you
lone wolf.
lone wolf it.
And he's all dark haired now. He's lone wolfing it hard.
Yeah,
they cut-
yeah, that's
cut it
pretty
all off.
total fucking alpha. This guy.
Yeah.
Well, I had my blonde hair when I went to the concert.
Cool guy.
One Thai versus one gorilla. Who would win? Thai.
Oh, the gorilla for sure. Jesus Christ.
Oh. All right. Anyway, sorry. What did you?
I think, I hear, you kind of tell me this too, Pablo, all the time. Like, again, I know it's not like an original quote because we learned it from Pixar, but like Silencio Bruno, right? Like,
Yeah.
I was like so like stressed out. I'm like I've been in the Wiltern dozens of times. Like, my first time by myself. I just got to do it. And then like literally once I did the Poppy concert, I was like, I'm not even stressed anymore about Thursday. Like, I'm gonna for sure go by myself to this guitar. I'm not missing this.
You park by yourself somewhere in LA, you're a fucking superstar. Especially like a place like the Wiltern and stuff like that. You got to figure shit out.
Well, I mean, I paid for parking.
Yeah, of course.
And I got there and that's the other thing I guess I learned, like, just go fucking early, because like I was like second from the front, and I got in and out quick. I didn't have to be stuck in that huge line to get out. So I was pretty stoked.
Oh hell yeah! Always pay for parking.
I don't know if we can listen to all this Poppy.
No, we cannot. 30 seconds at
Yeah,
most.
yeah,
And we have
yeah.
to talk over it and discuss it if we're gonna play.
Well, for sure. I'll fight it, YouTube,
But-
and we'll win. But yeah,
But
Ty
that
was-
looks really good.
I got Barricade. So I paid for VIP, and people were nice enough in line to hold my spot. So I parked at the Wiltern. I mean, I parked at that parking structure so I can run to my car, throw my poster in there, so I'm not carrying it, because I knew there was gonna be a mosh pit. So I got my pin, I got my lanyard. When you got in, there was a section for merch, and they're like, "Yeah, this is the VIP only shirt. We're taking it down once we open the doors for everybody." So I bought my VIP shirt. I was cold, so I bought a sweatshirt.
Yeah, Ty's rocking the sweatshirt right now.
Yeah.
What kind of pit are we talking about? Is there helicopter hands?
Oh,
is it
helicopter?
windmill?
Oh, like two-step in.
Are
and-
we like throwing bows in there?
Dude,
circle.
she wanted a wall of death and a circle pit,
Ooh, girl.
and I was like, I'm at Barricade. I'm like, I'm not losing my spot.
I like you, Poppy, but
Damn.
I'm not gonna listen to everything you're telling me right now. You were right there, dude.
I
If
was-
you- as you can see from this shot.
Yeah.
I want director commentary on this shit right now. You were right fucking there.
So
That's
what's
right
crazy about this. This is not only my first time at a concert by myself. This is my first time getting Barricade smack in the middle.
Hell
And
yeah.
and I was like, why is no one going in the middle? And I was like, you guys afraid of the
They're all
pit?
too intimidated
Yeah,
by
like, you
fucking
guys are scared
Poppy.
of the pit? Like,
Yeah.
screw you guys. I'm going there. I will say that what's kind of hard, you can kind of see in this video, my only like criticism about this concert, there was too much fog. Like, there are people like Tommy
Hey
Jeff-
man, there's no such thing as too much fun.
No, like,
that's what I think.
no, like,
But when you're far away, I'm sure
it
it's
probably
the
looks
right
cool,
amount.
but like Barricade, like people like Tommy Jeff's site, they couldn't see. They're like, turn off the fog machine, and I'm like, down here, I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, turn it off.
But it's not for you.
It's not. I know it's not
It's
for
not
me.
for you.
It's for the lights, really. It's for the light. Like,
Well, yeah, when the lights hit the fog, it really brightened.
yeah, it's awesome.
I got blinded. It was cool. Like, don't get me wrong, it was cool.
Well, also people, sitting far away, up
Yeah.
top, it looks really cool.
right.
There's no such thing as too much fog.
Oh, thank you, Katie. Katie said she's
that-
proud of me.
That is like,
Yeah, I'm proud of you too, man.
Thank
Yeah.
I
We
love
all
you and
are.
I'm so happy for you, but there's no such thing as too much fog.
No, there's no such thing as too
All
much
right.
fun, Ty. Come on.
Look, it was.
You're
a gr-
too close.
You got, come on, bro.
It was great. I don't have any.
Check your
regrets.
privilege at the door.
I'm VIP. My badge VIP.
VIP? There's too much fog,
There's
sir.
too much fog, sir. Please turn it down.
Actually, sir, there's too much fog. Thank you. Do you know who my father is?
Johnny, we're gonna talk about Star Wars, and then Pump said, "I'm not." Pumps.
You're a
Shit.
short king, bro.
Yeah,
Damn,
Yeah,
what am
you're
I?
sure-
that's an
King.
inside joke. That's yeah.
Damn, what am I? The miniature, the
short
D&D
king, you?
miniature?
It's a joke. It's a joke.
Someone said I was short last night, and I was like,
You're like square up,
Diddy's like
Get
my
Get it,
height.
Queen?
dude. Diddy's ready to fight someone. I feel like,
I'm pissed.
dude,
Diddy's-
she's ready to go.
She's
Diddy
dude.
and me are pretty
riled
sure
up.
the same
Riled
the same
up.
height, which is crazy.
Yeah. 5'10".
Well, I'm 5'11 and a half. But everybody will say,
It's
no,
really
bro,
important
That
to
you get
put
the half.
in there.
You're
Gotta get
6
the
foot.
half in there, bro.
Well, because it's accurate. It's as accurate as I'm not
I'm
trying to.
6'2" and a half.
No, I'm not trying to bump my
Are
height up.
you?
I'm 6'2".
I'm not trying to.
I have no idea. Like I'm 6'2" and like something, but Nah, I'm
No,
6'2".
bro, you're like 6'4" because I'm 6'1".
You know what's funny?
I'm 6'4", so you must be 6'17". I don't know what you're talking about.
17. On dating profiles, I just put I'm a flat 6 feet. And I've showed up on dates occasionally, and they're like, dude, you're not 6 feet. You're taller than that.
Yeah.
And it's turned people away. It's really funny.
What?
Anyways. Yeah.
Who?
Random men.
Oh,
Short kings.
You know what?
on the internet?
They're just insecure.
Or short queens.
Well,
If they
No.
come knocking, maybe.
Yeah, Ty, I'm also proud of you. I think
Thank you.
I'm a big advocate of doing like the empowerment of not necessarily having to rely on
Yeah.
people to do things with you, especially if it's something that you like love. You can't like let that restrain it. And I also think it's healthy to just I guess figure things out. I think it's cool to go to shit like that on your own too, where you're
Yeah.
like, I could
Hell
be
yeah.
whoever I want right now. I could create my own identity.
So,
I don't,
so you know what?
I'm Powerline. You know what I'm saying? I don't know,
You know, so you know what? So I'll tell you.
man.
I'll tell
Whoa,
you.
for real.
Like
Yeah.
the one thing that would stress me out is like if I have to pee, no one's gonna save my spot. Like that's the only thing I was
That's
worried
the
about.
thing.
Because
You
like I've
know-
gone to movies by myself. Like that was like me. Like I went to Honora by myself, and I was the only one in the theater. And this was like when it first came out.
I've gone to restaurants
Creepy.
by myself. And
No one wanted to see it, and then like there was no one else in the theater. I'm like, God, I know what this movie's about. This is gonna be weird. And this is like before it got all the hype. Like it just came out, so I was like, cool, I'm gonna see it because it's Sean Baker. It looks cool. And then I was like in the theater, and like stuff was happening, and I was like, oh, I look like a fucking creep. Like I'm the only one here.
Eating your popcorn.
Yeah.
There's a joke about I don't remember who the comedian was that said it, and he's like, I like to go to movies where there's only like one other person that's like theater with me and sit right next to them.
What if-
What a freak.
I would hate that so much.
Actually, when we talk about news and stuff, I want to talk about who I sat
Oh
next
my
to.
God, yeah.
All right.
Because I saw.
All right,
Well,
Tommy
what
Jeff.
is it?
Tommy Jeff, what did you?
Yeah, Tommy Jeff.
Tommy Jeff. I learned some things about you from this video, but
Oh man! All right, so I went to the Renaissance Fair, and
I learned that you're a
love-
Ren Fair guy.
I love the Renaissance Fair. I've gone every year.
You're breaking my heart.
I've gone every year pretty much since I was born. Like this is ingrained in me from my parents. I love this. But my favorite person. So I grew up going to the Bristol's Renaissance Fair. That is like half in Illinois and half in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And I grew up seeing Mooney. So Ty and a couple of other people invited me to go to the Ren Fair with them on Saturday. And I was like, yo, you know what? Yeah, I'll go with you. And Mooney was there. And I had no idea he was going to be here. So I geeked out. So, you know, I'm sitting like the fifth row, you know, not too close
We
to
all
the
saw
stage.
you.
Sitting?
Yeah, it's for like, oh, there's
Oh
Steve.
yeah.
Yeah.
I forget that about Tommy Jeff. That's where we connected. You used to work at a haunted house too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Katie just said she's like TJ loves a costume. Used to work at a haunted house. Yeah. I love a costume too.
So
yeah.
Katie and I actually met at the JC's Haunted House in the village I grew up in. So that's how I actually know her.
Nice.
But yeah, I grew up going to the Ren Fair, and Mooney's my favorite. He's hilarious. He's like a silent mime, and he just whistles through the whole thing, like demanding people around, doing his shtick. You know, it's great. So he's got this person on stage, and like the dude's just not doing it. And like, you know, cool, it's not for everyone. And he kicks him off the stage, and then he goes back into the crowd, and he taps me on the shoulder, and he's like, then that's just like his like way of like, you're up on stage. So I was like, man, all right.
All right. Before you get, let's play the video because I want commentary. I want live commentary of this video.
Oh, you want me to commentate about it while
yeah.
we're playing it?
So this is Tommy Jeff at the Ren Fair. I got up on stage to remove.
He's got me. He like pushed me down by the shoulders to like get down to his eye level.
Oh, you killed that.
I see this guy every
you're
year.
like, you're not just gonna upstage me, buddy.
He is my. I tell everyone if they go, they need to see him. If
I
he's
see him
there.
every year.
Yes.
And you matched him. You're like wit for wit.
Oh my god. So I always have anxiety about being on stage. It's not the lifestyle for me. Like,
And as you're here on a podcast, with
Yeah,
us,
I just-
right?
Yeah, but
On a
that's
regular
like-
it's
basis
fine.
now,
it's
so
different.
fine,
I'm talking to friends.
Yeah,
you know, like
yeah.
it's great.
It doesn't exist outside of that.
Now, Mooney, if you haven't seen him, he pushes limits in like such a fun way.
I mean, he was there in your grill.
Oh yeah, there's no
And you
personal
didn't
space.
budge.
No, there's no personal space.
He
at
Ian
all.
McKellen did cats you. You know what I'm saying? Like he got like in there.
No
like,
one has
No
seen
one's seen
cats.
cats.
Right, right,
cares
right.
No
about
one has seen
If you guys
cats.
see Cats, Ian McKellen in Cats is basically is Mooney, and the other cats are Tom and Jeff there. So
It's so okay. So like we go on. Now my thing is like it just was like one of those things of like I love improv. I love like watching that stuff. I love doing it. And one of my biggest like pet peeves is when people don't commit. And
Yeah,
they
you
don't
don't
just
You
participate.
gotta commit.
yeah, you just do
don't
it.
be a
Commit to the
non-participant.
bit.
Like because the more you match, the better it's gonna be. And like in the moment, there's a couple of moments in this where like you can see me just like thinking like, damn it, do I really have to do this?
You
you did it.
So
you
I did it.
There you. there. This is Tom and Jeff at the Rent Fair. We can play this audio. I don't know why I'm dropping it down. The crowd loved it too. They loved you.
They went wild.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. He wasn't a plant, folks. Now you know. He was. This is all. What was he trying to do? Was he trying to like?
so he's trying to get me to not match it.
Okay,
So he
oh.
He's trying to like,
yeah.
yeah.
So he
He's
licks
trying to
my
play a game of
hand.
chicken with you.
Yeah. Oh,
And you were like,
100%.
pop, pop.
And I was like, nah, this is improv. We're in it. The crowd
Yes,
doesn't
and.
exist.
Yes,
to me.
and.
Yes.
You kept S-anding him, and he didn't know
So
what
he licks the entire left side of my face. And I was like, this guy's going to have me lick his face.
Okay, all right. This is what I want to ask you.
to. How far would you
Look,
go?
Well, there's 12 minutes of this. So
Yeah,
you get
this
to
is-
see
this is- you guys
quite
are
a
not
lot
seeing
of
the-
this.
Maybe we should post the whole 12-minute video
It
online.
is. It's a fantastic. I'll
But
be
how
honest.
How far did you all go?
What? Wait,
I
no,
enjoyed this
This is what I
so
want to know,
much.
Tommy Jeff. What did he taste like?
Nothing.
What did he
He
taste?
tasted like nothing, and his skin was so fucking smooth.
Oh wow.
Interesting.
It was not what I expected.
That's
No, no taste, no nothing, no sweat, no nothing, and just
I feel
like,
like it
baby
tastes like
smooth
petroleum
skin.
oil.
Yeah.
Well, I
Like
mean,
I feel like
Awful.
it would taste
I
like
mean,
what
he
incense
perf-
smells like. Like.
he performs at the Ren fairs, and he's never sunburnt in the years that I've seen him. So the amount of sunscreen and moisturizer he probably uses, like-
Magic.
So you just look
Yeah.
sunscreen.
That's
No, you're saying
important.
he's
you know what?
magic?
There's a possibility.
There's a
I could have.
possibility.
Yeah.
He's pretty fair skinned considering the amount of time that he spends in the sun.
Yeah.
And that's a big deal.
Mhm.
Protect your
Magic.
skin. UV protection is important.
Yeah. Dude, no, it
Shout
was.
out to my facialist Dre out. Protect your skin.
But I learned that like when I'm actually on the stage and it comes time to
TJ
like
is
actually like, dude, I'm
You'll look
willing
a man's face.
I'm willing to lick a man's face.
Tommy Jeff is
Please
over as hell.
put
Yeah.
that
hold
into
up.
caption. What did TJ learn? I learned that TJ licked a man's face.
He will lick a
TJ
stranger's face
TJ learned that Mooney
So-
tastes like
in a yes
Nothing.
and
Yeah.
He
situation.
doesn't
Off
taste
the
like
skin.
anything.
this. That's it. We're just closing it at that.
Close it.
What did you learn about
Well,
how
hold
Mooney
up.
tastes?
So there's more to this. Like,
Did you do more?
yeah.
yeah,
so,
there's a 12-minute video.
Oh, we'll watch
I'm
the 12-minute
finished
video.
video.
We'll watch. I'll show y'all the 12-minute video. I'll send Pablo the 12-minute video and he'll upload it
Yeah, we're putting it up on YouTube. Tommy Jeff's 12 minutes with
with Mooney.
Mooney. Yeah.
No, because there's a part where like
Hot.
he needs help. There's a part where he needs help with like getting up on like the balancing act.
Yeah,
He needs a yes.
Yes, he did need that. He needed that. Could you help me get?
So
He needs help getting up.
Yeah.
so I
Fuck
put my
yeah.
I like put my hands on his lower
Old
back and
sailor
I'm like
you,
go
Tommy
on
Jeff.
up. And he moves my hands to his ass.
Oh, he does?
Yes.
Oh, he does?
moves them to his ass. And then he's like, he motions like squeeze.
Oh, he does?
And I was like, all right, squeeze. And then like you see him break character, and he's just like, and he starts laughing. Oh, it was great. Fire gets
Should
involved,
I
water
still
gets
be in the
involved.
room?
Yeah, 100%.
Should I leave?
All clothes were left on. All
Okay.
clothes were
All
there.
right, yeah.
Hey,
He also stroked my finger for a little bit.
interesting. I feel like I should leave. Have fun.
I'm gonna avoid any
I don't-
further questions.
I don't know if I want that 12-minute video.
but not because I don't want to ask you a bunch of questions, but
It was
it's gonna
genuinely
turn into a
just
different kind of show here.
it was such a good time, and I learned that I was genuinely willing to like do a lot to like just keep the amusement of the crowd
Yeah,
up.
you are. I also learned that.
Because like honestly like it was just so great, like it was just fun to like be a part of that, and I think
Yeah.
that was like one of my favorite shows now because like I didn't see his like all I know of his facial
Were you gonna say
actions
Tommy
was after
Jeff, what's
watching
funny is that this isn't necessarily your like this is what I'm learning right now. This is not necessarily like your well, in a way, I guess it depends what type of law you're going into, or it's like litigation or whatever. But I'm going to tell you right now, I feel like you don't give yourself enough credit. But you're 1,000% you're a performer.
Oh yeah, I mean practicing law 100%.
Yeah,
you're
right, and that's what-
you're pitching your
having
case, you're
convinced
fighting
stuff.
it, you're yeah.
But not just in
Were
a
you
courtroom,
wearing glasses?
Not
Yes or
Were
no?
you wearing?
Not
Can you read this?
what color's my tie?
As you can see,
you don't wear glasses.
I'm not wearing a tie.
Shit.
at all.
I'm not
Oh,
wearing a
shit.
tie
That's
at
my
all.
whole argument.
Yeah, like for sure in a legal standpoint, but I feel like if one way or another,
No, yeah.
any
Lawyers
avenue you
are
decide-
performers for sure, but like even just like in every single job I've ever held.
But now I
It's
feel
been a
like maybe you're
performer.
missing your calling. You're going into the law, but maybe you should be up on stage
Who wants
At
to
Ren
go
Fair?
and like okay, but like
at the Ren Fair.
You want to travel with the Ren Fair? Because honestly, I've thought about it. I
Okay,
quit my job.
Let
I
me pitch you something. I know you're going into this law career, but have you ever considered Carney?
Have you ever considered?
gonna be a clown.
Have you ever considered the four of us traveling with the Ren Fair, living out back? You know,
I mean, like
Carney.
honestly,
talking.
you know what's funny is like growing up going to the Renaissance Fair, I did picture myself being like a Ren Fair like
I
person.
always wanted to run away with it.
Dude, I think it'd be honestly like I think it would be a lot of fun. Those people have fun.
Low-key,
My
you
friend
guys?
worked there, and he said that after hours they get freaky.
Oh, I believe that.
So
I
am
believe that.
I'm 1,000%. I'm a Carney. That's why I can
yeah,
say
that
Carney.
was like one of your first jobs.
shoveling like elephant poop. No, but I mean like no, legit like all
Yeah,
those little. I mean the House of Shock. I mean the haunted house community in a way kind of is a
Yeah.
For sure.
right like very
Yeah.
Carney-ish.
Mhm.
And then I've worked within the world of pro. I'm still doing a few things within the world of pro wrestling and
That is carny as fuck.
Carney as fuck.
Yeah. I mean it is, yeah.
Carney as fuck. And yeah, I guess I don't know. We're all whatever. We're all Carneys about something. Carneys is
We
another thing.
love the carnies.
I'm all
Oh,
about the
100%.
Carneys. Yeah.
And one of us is a carny.
Yeah, I'm a fucking Carney. I'm a proud Carney. All right. So here we
Yeah.
are. And
I
I'm just
always
telling
wanted
you,
to run away
and we
with
can
the fair.
smell our own, and you, sir, are a Carney.
We can smell.
I've never once
I know.
denied that.
I want to
When I
see you in
see
a top
them.
hat. I want to see you luring people in
You, sir.
to see a geek show. That's
You, sir,
all.
are carny,
That's
yeah.
your job.
I got
Like,
you.
that's
I
what
got
you're
you. I'll
made
get my
to do.
soapbox out there and everything. I'll have the cane.
You were
all of
like,
it.
you want to see a man eat a chicken? And that's you, brother.
People,
Not the geek,
Not the geek.
the person that leads them in.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
You
the
get-
I got you. I got you.
What's it? The Howler.
The howler.
Step right up. Step right up.
Step right up.
Yeah.
See a man eat a chicken.
I just think about the Howler
With his bare
in
teeth.
From Dusk Till Dawn, but I'm not gonna.
Ooh, girl.
We're not gonna repeat him.
We are going to talk about From Dusk Till Dawn, though.
Anyways,
Pablo, what did you learn this week?
what I learned. This is okay. Wow, we're
Yeah,
deep
We're
into
still
show.
on this.
We're
Yeah.
still
We're
on
still
the
on
learning.
this, but this was going to transition pretty well into
I just miss you guys.
into
Yeah.
news and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
this
miss that
is
too.
it's good having the four of us back in here. I learned, I guess, about a few different things actually, but specifically, I learned about. So we're all familiar with the PlayStation. Probably dominates video games, like just video game culture, like the games, all the different things.
Okay.
Did you guys know about the origins of the PlayStation? How it came to be? Pretty interesting. I learned about this. Okay, so the PlayStation.
Steve Jobs.
Sony.
No.
Steve Jobs. No, Sony originally was developing what was called the Nintendo PlayStation. for Nintendo in about 1994. And basically, they were developing because Nintendo was trying to mess with CD-ROM technology, and they were announcing this and had prototypes, and they were working closely. But Nintendo publicly humiliated and kind of backed out of a major deal that had been announced with Sony, with the head of Sony, and ended up doing a partnership with Philips instead. They decided they weren't going to use the CD-ROM technology. Obviously, later they did end up using the CD-ROM technology for the Nintendo GameCube and the Wii and so forth. But they were all cartridge based. But the CEO at the time of Sony was so furious. Here, hold on. I do have actual notes for this. Okay. So in 1991, Nintendo decided to abandon its partnership that it forged a deal with Sony, and then it forged a deal with Philips, the competitor in the CD-ROM technology at the time, right? So it was the late 1980s when they originally kind of got into bed together, and they were trying to develop the Nintendo PlayStation. So they backed out of that deal, and at the time, the Sony's president, Ty, you can't see that. Norio Oja? He was so upset by Nintendo's decision.
He said, "Die."
Well, he was
Why not TJ?
Well,
Just kidding.
come on, man. Come on. Come on, buddy. He was so angered by Nintendo's decision, the PlayStation guy, that he basically authorized the continuing development of the console, eventually leading to the creation of now what we knew to be the PlayStation. However, everybody kind of doubted Sony's approach into the video game world, and they were like, this isn't going to take off, the CD-ROMs. But they gave it to a gentleman by the name of Ken Kutaragi, who's an engineer and basically worked with consoles independently, and he was given free reign to develop the PlayStation. And then the PlayStation launched in 1994 and went on to become the most successful video game console of all time. And basically even bigger than, at the time, Nintendo's kind of
Yeah,
sales.
the original PlayStation sold 102 million
Yeah,
units.
it's
Which is
insane.
insane. From 1994 when it released in Japan in December, I think, of 94, until the end of sale in 2006.
Yeah, which it's also crazy to think that they also opened up a whole new avenue, because at the time Nintendo was so restrictive with what they would allow basically within their video game systems.
Yeah.
And remember, if you played Mortal Kombat for Nintendo, it had no blood, whereas if you played it for Sega, it then had blood. And the thing, I think the Sega Saturn had failed miserably, so they're no home consumer wants CD-ROM technology for video games. You fucking morons. Why would you do something so silly? And then sure enough, yeah, they freaking went gangbusters as soon as, and it opened up a whole new freaking, at the time too, it was cutting edge graphics, right?
Yeah.
We can see the kind of to be blocky and all that sort of stuff now, but at the time it was considered cutting edge graphics. You could fit more memory into a smaller space. I remember all the PlayStation games were awesome because they also even had movie cutscenes and things of that nature. You're able to put actual physical cutscenes. Tomb Raider was in the zeitgeist. So it was super successful. They opened up the ability for video game creators to be more creative and not as constricted with what Nintendo was trying to kind of just do within video games and dominating the market at the time. And now PlayStation obviously is the biggest game consoling system probably in the world. But it was just a really interesting story for me in general, because it's you don't understand maybe the power of pivoting. One of my favorite wrestlers, and it's funny, Brandy even called me, Cody Rhodes has this quote basically, because he was basically this just low level mid card, awfully gimmicked character in WWE, and he left and he took a chance on himself. He bet on himself, and then he kind of developed his own character that then was so in demand that the company couldn't deny anymore. It was we'll take whatever package you put together. He created his own entrance theme and everything for himself. And there's a quote that describes him. It's from undesirable to undeniable, right? And it's pretty inspirational if you think about it. I'll tell you guys, I feel like there's been, and I'm sure it's not exclusive to me. There's been many points where you've probably felt overlooked or whatever it may be, or hey, I haven't. It's happened to me within music videos and stuff. I got overlooked for editing gigs, for a bunch of opportunities at many points in my life, and then shortly after, if the opportunity presented itself for me to kind of step into that role, have always taken a chance to try to blow people away the best I can. And obviously, I think everybody has the ability to do that. But yeah, even Brandy was calling me this week. She's like, "What's that quote from Kanye West?" I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She's like, "From Undesirable," and I was like, "That's Cody Rhodes, darling." Completely, Kanye West ain't really inspiring anybody these days. But
Cody Rhodes, though, my man.
my man, grandson of a plumber. And I love this story because it's the same sort of thing, right? From
Yeah.
undesirable to undeniable. And
Hell yeah.
I don't know. It was a really cool thing that I learned. It was very inspirational, and I just challenge everybody watching. Go do something that you're fucking undeniable at. No matter what the naysayers may say. Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I learned about. I learned about PlayStation.
You know what's
Wreck shit.
crazy about that? It took until the Nintendo.
You didn't mess it up, though. You
No,
said it.
in my head I messed it up.
No,
and I
you're
was
like, you
what
said
the
it
hell
right.
just
Yeah.
happened?
Yeah.
Because in my head it was
glitched.
and I was like, what?
No, you said Nintendo.
It took until the Nintendo Switch for a home console to outperform the original PlayStation, and it still doesn't come close to the PlayStation 2. Sony knocked it out of the park with
Yeah,
those two
absolutely.
systems, and it's absolutely insane. Because even if you include like Nintendo's handheld systems, the 3DS and the Game Boy Color and the Game Boy, those both outperform the PlayStation, but don't come close to touching the PlayStation 2. Because the PlayStation 2 sold 160 million units.
Dude, the PlayStation
And that was
2.
6 years after the PlayStation.
The PlayStation 2 with Grand Theft Auto 3 was a moment in time, folks. Like it was such a
Yes.
moment that it was a defining era within pop culture. Like everything was.
Oh man, GTA San Andreas.
Yeah,
like,
no, that
yeah.
friggin' that before breaking the internet, that broke whatever the hell the equivalent to the internet was at the time. People
Y'all
were
played
broken
that?
by-
You play that?
Absolutely. When San Andreas came out, that was
Yeah.
wild. You were like, oh, you could have dance-offs with people at the beach. I can do whatever I want. I could customize my character. There's a whole free world. I could have a posse of people following me around. And
Yeah.
yeah, it was dope. And this guy looks like Eazy-E. It was great. I love San Andreas.
Yeah, I love that Sony and Nintendo did not end up having a partnership. I think it made games so much better
Absolutely.
than if Nintendo would have truly dominated. Because Nintendo has a huge Nintendo does dominate to a degree, but it's so nice to have like two very different major gaming companies
Right.
to have that competition.
Do you remember? I'll tell you, one of the first times where I like kind of fell in love with the game, where I'm like, holy shit, aside from like Shadows of the Empire and Nintendo 64 and stuff. But the time I fell in love with the game where like I like fell in love with like a character and a story in the sense of thinking like, oh, there can be so much more to this. It was called Oddworld Abe's Odyssey. Do you remember that game?
I've never played that. I
Do you,
don't know.
this is a deep game. You were an alien race that was enslaved by another alien race, and you had like these mystical powers, and you were like basically an escaped enslaved alien that was
What was it called?
with that your job was Oddworld Abe's Odyssey, that your job was to free other aliens, by the way, that were like locked up, and you had like these like mystical powers you could chant. It was like very like you were
I
given a bunch
remember
of,
this.
That is one of the only games I ever played.
Looking
I
at the
love
picture,
it.
and you could communicate, like there was like a communicate option. You could communicate with your fellow.
Sure.
It was like this game was fantastic, and the graphics were good, and it was just so original, and like that was like one of the first video games that I fell in love with. But yeah, Oddworld, and it was a PlayStation 1 game, an original one.
He's
So
stretching.
Diddy's got a cat on her lap.
Yeah,
Always.
she's like Dr.
And-
Claw.
And I just want to ask, what is a cat's favorite sticker?
God damn it. What is it?
A scratch and sniff.
That's not even very clever. That's not- And you woke him up. Oh, and we've lost TJ. He's gone. He's gone.
That's a perfect segue, Tom and Jeff.
You scared my baby.
I was gonna like it. That was the joke. Beignet got all upset there. He's like, "What?"
He sounded like Finn.
What? We're not journalists, but we keep our ears to the nerdy streets. Sometimes we read articles, sometimes we read headlines. Most of the times, we just pull all our news off of Instagram like an adult. This is news and stuff. Or do you guys want to? Let's see. Should we get to the stuff or the news?
Get to the stuff.
Because Diddy wants to talk about some stuff too. This is kind of a stuff thing here. And I need to. Oh my gosh, I need to pull up the. Like, I can't see the image as big as the image is displayed next to me, so I got to really pull it up next to me. Big. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. Going to the movies is back, baby. Basically, Minecraft, global $117 million. Sinners holds over. Basically, Sinners, it had like less than a 6% drop on its opening weekend, which is like record breaking for an R-rated movie. An original IP from Ryan Coogler, who also has one of the best deals right now, and like a very well-deserved deal, and something that should become more of the norm in Hollywood, in my opinion.
And people are coming after him.
Well, of course, people are going to come after you when you like him, but you know what? Like, good on you, Ryan. First of all, fuck yeah to everybody involved in this movie. And yeah, what the studios are, what you guys are fucking hurting? You guys are hurting for money over there, execs? Anyway.
Oh, God damn.
Don't worry. You'll be able to AI some shitty movies sooner or later, I'm sure.
Oh.
Halo takes and worldwide. Hold on. I'm sorry. Revenge of the Sith is back in theaters with a galactic $42 million, which is record breaking for a reissued film, right?
Yep.
And then The Accountant 2. I don't know. When did the original Accountant come out?
2018 or 2017. I was in college.
Yeah.
I went to that premiere. That's why I remember.
Oh, big man went to college.
Just
rub it in with your education. All right.
I was just talking about
we get it. Well, we're all in the same place right now, aren't we?
Hey, guess what, big man? Just kidding. Congratulations. I'm going to go. I'm very happy. I'm proud of you.
Good on you.
I just took advantage of that free movie ticket.
I took advantage.
Big week.
I took advantage of Movie Pass while it existed, and I feel like I single-handedly put them out of business.
Hell yeah.
I should have been in that documentary because I went to see movies like I saw some movies like 2 times a day.
Here's the thing. I don't feel as bad for the studios.
No, I don't.
If for independent movie owners, sure, things could be a little bit tough, but I feel like the studios are putting the blame on the audience when I feel like the real blame is the studios.
So let's talk about this variety center situation because I'm pissed.
I follow producer Patrick. I don't know if you guys follow him. He's great. He's a great resource too to find out a lot of laws and things changing here in California as well to hopefully revitalize the film industry, as well as Thunderbolts. I think was a big is slowly growing considering the word of mouth.
Listen, fuck all that.
You saw Sinners 3 times, did he?
I saw it 3 times. I'm just saying that people are begging for original IP, and then when it gets there and it does record-breaking numbers, they're going to be like, it doesn't do as good as Marvel. And it's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Marvel
That's insane.
Marvel, you know what baffles
that's what
me?
Variety, that's how,
Yeah.
and that it's a publication that exists because of indie films.
Oh, okay. So yeah, we were talking about this, like that Variety and like Deadline and
they're going after Sinners because of that
Sinners
deal
in a weird way. Because Ryan Coogler got a good deal, and more than likely, studio execs are paying these publications to be like
tear it down.
downplay. But I think the audience has spoken on Sinners, and that's why it hasn't freaking dropped. And
Period.
Good on Ryan Coogler. Like, good on you, Coogler. Stick it to those fuckers. I think what's really also baffles me, about the like panic that is. I mean, like, look, obviously there's a lot of real people with a lot of jobs and whatnot, and I don't think people realize how many middle class people work within the film industry as well, right? And those
People who aren't millionaires, people are
Yes.
working every single day.
yes,
like,
long ass hours
long
because
ass
they love
hours.
the process of creating and being part of a collaborative craft like filmmaking. But they're the one like they're the ones that are hurting, right? And even so a lot of filmmakers in a way, like being a director coming up in Hollywood right now, like I feel like you get put in sometimes some positions to fail, or just like his ability to be a scapegoat on why certain movies don't have any success. But I don't. It's not those folks. I feel like those folks are suffering from the bad decisions made by a lot of the people at the top.
Right. But it's just so odd because like theaters are begging people to like come to them.
Well,
And then like an original IP that is so breathtaking in every sense of the word, and then they're gonna tear it down because they're afraid of what? Like, I don't get it.
I don't. The other thing is I think that the film industry is creating this like weird narrative of film attendance, but like the pandemic literally was like, let's talk Marvel, was
Changed
like the
shit.
Marvel blip. All right, you're gonna think that that industry is gonna have like a 4-year. It had a 4-year gap about.
Yeah. And you think Nicole Kidman coming in, telling me to go to the movies is gonna do shit?
Yeah, but yeah, like I don't understand. And then we retrained the audience to watch things on streaming because you guys thought nobody was gonna go
Yeah.
back to the movies. So you guys made those decisions. Just Warner Brothers said, "Fuck, nobody's going to the movies. We're gonna give you all our major hits on a streaming platform." And then everybody else is like, "Well, we're also gonna give you our major hits on a streaming platform." And then they're like, "Oh, why the fuck is everybody just watching streaming platforms all the time?"
And we're gonna stop doing this.
because you guys trained us.
And we're gonna stop making movies, original movies like Luca. And we're gonna make fucking another sequel of Frozen 15. You know what I mean? And then we're not gonna support movies like Sinners,
Yeah.
which was literally made for the big screen, IMAX film. Are you kidding me?
I'll tell you, most of the press that I've seen
I'm pissed.
from Sinners has been kind of like Ryan Coogler's outlets. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
who's the production company behind it? Is it? I know he gets it back in like 20. Like, you made a really great deal, but still, even like honestly, not that. It's a great deal for Hollywood, and they're like, I mean, for like those standards. But Ryan Coogler's get that movie back in like 10 years. Why 25? It's like,
Yeah.
man, oh fuck, he wants this movie back in 25 years? No, motherfucker, like, give it back to him in 10.
Right now.
Give it back to her. Why is
Give
that
him
his
back
movie?
right now. It's insane.
Clearly, that's just very much his movie, right?
Yeah.
And so it is a record-breaking, like, good deal for him, but not, I don't think, like, not
Pablo.
that great, right?
You gotta see it.
I know. Look, I desperately want to see it, and I want to go see it in theaters, and I'm trying to avoid every bit of spoiler about it, aside from just, like,
It's good.
the visual filmmaking aspect. And yeah, what
So
people
we
say-
should try to see it in IMAX. I'll see it
yeah.
4 time. Hey,
I
brother.
want to see it.
Hey,
there's
Ty,
like-
you down?
Oh yeah. Oh, can I say something?
There's a bunch of places playing it in 70
Can you-
millimeter, and they're all here in Southern
Yes.
California,
Yes,
by the way.
100%. So speaking of that, this was a cool fun fact that I found online. I might butcher this name. I'm so sorry. Autumn Durland Arcapa. She was the She was the director of photography for this film. She's the first woman to shoot on large format IMAX film.
There you go.
The first one.
The first one. So this is like, there's so many cool things about this movie that
And she was the one that was like, I want to film on IMAX film.
right.
70 millimeter.
She made that decision.
Yeah.
She also like directed the shot that is one continuous shot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking
Oh yeah. In this movie, and without like spoiling it too much, like the reason why it's so important to shoot on that aspect ratio is because there's changes in aspect ratios, and I don't think a lot of films do that. And this movie does it beautifully. And the amount of research that went into this, like there's so many documentaries of like Asians in the South, like they existed, like they were with black communities because they were all outcasted.
Tell me I grew up in New Orleans.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like the movie does a lot of research.
Yeah, in
and
that
sense, and it shows.
Well, even
throughout the film.
in the Asian communities, like they would run 2 shops.
Right.
And so it would be like one that black people could go into and one that white people could go into, and like because Asian people were like somehow in between. And in the film, they run 2 shops.
Yeah.
And it shows like them going to both shops, and like one of them, it's all like
All right, don't be
people of
spoiling
color
this
in
movie
it.
for me, all right? I want to watch it.
Well,
in
Pablo,
theaters.
that's on you.
No, it's
You
only
should
been
have
out
seen
for
it.
like 2 weeks. Listen,
I've already seen it 3 times, brother.
I'm sorry, I have 2 kids and
Here
wife
he
that
goes
now
doing
we-
the family car.
Oh,
Okay.
big deal. You have a film.
I have 2
Look where we all
kids.
ended up.
I also produce content for the Deep Richards Nerdcast,
Oh,
and I
I
also
do this.
am a co-owner of a retail store that just opened up about 4 weeks
Oh,
ago.
yo, I
Sorry,
stopped
so-
by that on Easter. That
Yeah.
place is nice.
Yeah.
It's nice, right?
Yeah, I like that place.
Yeah. The Squeeze, check it out. 80,
Fine.
80 Plaza Square.
It's fine. You have a pass.
But I'm
But
just
we
like,
should see it in IMAX before it goes out
Yes.
of IMAX.
Yes.
well, I
We
don't
plan
think.
that. No, it
hopefully-
is.
hope-
It's going out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They only.
I want to go to
When's
the
it out?
Vista.
It's like a week.
The Vista in like Silver
The
Lake.
Vista, yeah.
What
So
the hell?
So tomorrow we're seeing it in IMAX.
Maybe.
Look, I'm on vacation. I'm supposed to be in Chicago, so
Oh.
while I'm in California, I will go see it tomorrow with you.
Maybe, dude. Let's go. We all during
Shit.
the day?
Yeah,
we
why
go
not?
see a matinee?
Matinee.
After work.
Do you?
Oh, I
Let's
think-
go
I don't
eat
think
at
you- I don't
Diddy's
think-
work and go see it.
Did- I
Still
don't
me.
think you're, I don't think
Hey,
you're looking
act
too
like
well.
you kidnapped me. Put a bag over my head.
Don't even. Yes.
Okay.
Look, he'll
Yes.
lick a man's face. All
I'll
right.
scream.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, please, no, God, no.
Don't say we're going to see Sinners for the 4th time.
As you
Not the
casually
fourth,
walk out
not
with
the
it.
4th time.
Yeah, Sinners. Also, so the other thing is, Revenge of the Sith back in theaters broke another record, I guess. For
Hell yeah.
Dude.
Every single time I've seen Sinners, there is somebody in a Obi-Wan Kenobi robe.
Yeah, there you go. So they go from freaking Revenge of the Sith to Sinners.
I've been standing in front of and behind simultaneously people in
They want the high
that
ground.
brown robe, and I'm always like, "What are you seeing?
I did go see a movie. I'll tell you guys though.
What'd you?
I saw Minecraft
God damn it!
with my kids.
God, you son of a bitch!
I saw.
I'll never see that movie.
No, I know
And
because
you saw
look, and it's funny. I pulled up Letterboxd.
You're a sellout.
Because I was gonna like, oh, let me pull up the Rotten Tomato scores, but I'm like, no, fuck that. I want to see what the pretentious because film people hate this fucking movie.
You're going straight to Letterbox.
Yeah, film people fucking hate this movie, right? And I was like, man, I really want to see the fucking comments on Letterboxd about this film. Because there's even like some dude on TikTok who's like, people are saying, yeah, it's a kid's movie. I love this quote. He's
No
like,
shit.
it's a kid's movie. He's like, but you know what? My dog will eat shit if I allow him, but I'm an asshole if I let him do it. And I don't know. And I was like, hot damn. Like he's like, you can't-
Strong opinions.
It was a very-
hey, chill out.
It was a
Go
very-
see Sinners instead. I don't get it.
It was a very somebody posted comments. I got to get a real job, man. The last time I was horrified by Minecraft content was when Dream did his face reveal. This is even more gay than Call Me by Your Name.
Ooh. Okay, I like that one. Wait, I thought I had like
There's a
I
character.
thought it had like record-breaking numbers or something.
Yeah, so we did.
Oh, yeah.
So this is what I was going to say
so like
about Minecraft.
now everyone thinks it's gay and dumb.
Look, film snobs hate this fucking movie.
Of course, don't see it.
Yeah, film, but once more, and the other thing is, I've realized, like, okay, the big thing that's going around right now, the chicken jockey, the negativity behind it, and like people being like, oh, people are trash in theaters. I'm like, y'all, I think this is fucking propaganda.
They paid those people to be there.
No, I think there was maybe like a few. I'm not saying that there weren't a few rowdy screenings, but now that's like turned into the
Those were plants.
that's turned into the narrative of the film. And it's kind of like defining like film for an older generation of people being like, oh, disgusting. Look at these
I don't
kids
want to see that.
enjoying
They're
themselves.
throwing popcorn.
Yeah. What the fuck? Why are these kids having such a good time?
Pablo's being paid like $10 an hour to
Yeah.
throw popcorn
Yeah,
and yell
fuck
chicken
yeah.
jockey.
Chicken
jokes.
jockey. But I saw the movie and I was fully prepared to zone the fuck out because it was a Friday, but I wanted to take my kids to do something. So I took them to the movie theater and I had my AirPods and I had fucking SmackDown on Sling ready to just like watch it. And I'm watching
You
the
had
movie-
what on what?
SmackDown on Sling on my
I gotcha.
iPhone. Because it was Friday
Those
night.
all those words don't go good together.
I was watching SmackDown, WWE's SmackDown on the USA Network on my iPhone on an application called Sling TV that is a TV streaming service.
Yes, thank you for clarifying all of that
Nerd
information.
explaining that. All right.
You were like, I did smack, sling, passed out, let my kids watch the movie. I was like, what?
Such a
I'm
dad
worried
move.
about you.
Is everything okay?
Are you all right?
Yeah.
I buy him White Claws.
Yeah, it's true. I'm 3 White Claws in right now. So I went to go see this movie, and I was prepared to zone out, and I was like, found myself cracking up. I'm like, this movie is flipping hilarious. It was so great. Jack Black was so good. Jason Momoa was funny. I don't know anything about Minecraft aside from just like it's a 2-dimensional kids game that is about forging and mining stuff. And they definitely reused like an SNL joke in there about children yearning for the mine in like the narrative of the film. But it was fantastic. And then I found out it was Jared Hess, the dude who directed freaking Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, and like I said, I feel like this is one of Jack Black's best films in a long time, probably since like Nacho Libre and School of Rock. This is hands down Jack Black's best film in a long time.
Pablo, you are bumming me out.
Why?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
It's so good. And Jason Momoa is hilarious. And I'm like, this movie is so fucking funny.
back me
Jennifer
up.
Coolidge is in it. It
Jennifer
is.
Coolidge is in it?
Yeah,
Jennifer
she is.
Did she
Coolidge-
talk about her hot
Dude.
dogs?
You know, the other thing that bummed me out is people were talking, like film snobs were talking shit about the kid in this movie online. They're like, he's got no personality.
It's a kid's movie.
And I'm like, he's a fucking 9-year-old or 10-year-old.
Well, that's
or
dumb
maybe
and
a
that's
little-
crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, why are you bashing the kid? He's a child actor
Right.
who should be praised for the fact that he's in this million dollar budget film. Sorry, not billion, but that is now going to make over $1 billion.
Because it's coming back to theaters.
All
right?
I'm saying is that who cares?
It's still in theaters.
Go see
Minecraft-
Sinners.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. Minecraft,
Last week
Where-
you were talking so much shit about this movie. You
I
say
was.
it's funny.
I was wrong.
Oh, and
It was
we all
fantastic.
we all said that
I
it was
haven't-
going to be funny
I haven't seen
without
it.
a doubt.
But Jack Black is amazing.
Yeah, but we knew it was going to be funny and like, haha. good
Chicken
time.
jockey.
But I didn't know it was gonna be this funny in the sense of like I got it. I'm like, oh, there's like Gen Z humor in it, but no, it's fucking funny. As Jason Momoa's
But
character is,
It's like a Jumanji. Come on.
yeah, it's a little formulated,
Mom and
but
Dad
it's
are
not.
fighting.
It's not bad, and it's
It's okay.
I think what I like about the movie is that
Don't act like it is
no,
like
it's good, y'all. It knows what it is. It knows what it is in the sense of like Jurassic Park knows what it is kind of now, so they're gonna fucking just give you a fucking dinosaurs high-fiving and shit. The way the Fast and the Furious knows what the fuck it is, so they
You
can give
know
you
what
cars in
you're
outer
doing.
space. But I thought fucking Jason Momoa was brilliantly hilarious in it. I thought Jack Black was on his A game, and it is his best. Jack Black has not been in some great films lately. Name a good Jack Black film recently.
Super Mario Brothers.
What? Oh yeah, yes.
Peaches.
Yes, I agree. But he's
I mean,
Peaches.
but also
Peaches.
But that's
Peaches,
not. That's not a.
Peaches?
I wouldn't say that's a Jack Black film. I would say
Oh.
it's an IP. Jack Black voices.
yeah,
Bowser.
for
It's
sure,
not
for
his-
sure.
It's not a
I get
Jack
it.
Black movie. It's not Nacho Libre. It's not School of Rock. You know what I'm saying? It's not.
I'll concede to that fact. Yeah.
I will.
Not Tenacious D and the.
So
Pick of
you're saying
Destiny.
this is his best film in a while.
In
It
a-
is also the director of
Of
Nacho Libre and Napoleon Dynamite.
Yeah. and-
Crazy jump.
Yeah. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, it's funny. Like I'm watching that show, The Studio, right now, and it's kind of like I feel like pretty.
Everyone's
good.
sellouts and the world is garbage.
But
so
I mean, you want to make you. It's funny because the show's about like people teetering with wanting to make art, but also like giving into the commercialism of filmmaking now. It's a good show.
I'm gonna need you.
I'm gonna go see Sinners.
To
dude.
watch.
You don't need to sell
So,
me on it. I'm
speaking of
fucking-
Sinners, tomorrow is the last day. It's an IMAX.
Irvine and LA are sold out.
Fuck.
Yeah, tomorrow's the last day. It's an IMAX. Thunderbolts takes it over.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I looked it up
Well, that's
because
the
I
other
was
thing.
serious about kidnapping.
Tommy
LA.
Jeff.
I'm seeing Thunderbolts at 5
You have to
o'clock
wear a
tomorrow.
balaclava.
Great.
You have to come and actually kidnap me.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. There you go.
I will.
A what?
Be rough.
You
Yes,
have
sir,
my.
what? Be rough.
You have
rough.
given me permission.
I'm glad you said
No one
Thunderbolts.
from my work watches this.
Thunderbolt. Thanks
No,
for your
I just
support,
saying for,
people
like,
at Diddy's
you.
Work.
She like puts the bag over her head. She goes tighter.
Ooh, asphyxiation. Somnia.
You're-
Somna.
Somna.
Thunderbolts has beat Endgame now to be the number 2 highest rated MCU film. And by highest rated, I'm assuming they also mean by fucking like Rotten Tomatoes or something. This is from Screen Rant. Thunderbolt has just achieved an impressive Marvel Cinematic Universe stat. Thunderbolts boasts an all-star cast. I don't say that. I mean, I guess so, sure. Bringing anti-heroes from several MCU movies and TV shows together, with a lot of them meeting for the first time, as the multiverse saga has lacked in character interactions. Goddamn, Screen Rant. Interactions and team projects with no Avengers movies so far. Thunderbolts comes as a breath of fresh ass air, which has made an excitement levels for film rise. Before the upcoming MCU movie arrives in theaters, fans can now get a concrete look at how Thunderbolt fares through its first reviews. Yeah, so Thunderbolt is getting high praise, right? And you're saying I guess it's taking over IMAX from Sinners.
I don't care. I'm saying
I'm confident Sinners is going to come back to my IMAX. I will watch it
Yeah.
in any format possible.
I saw it in Dolby and it was great.
Yeah, I'm
the
sure
music.
I'm sure, and they accounted for all of that, right?
I'm just telling you
Yes.
that this is what we have been begging for.
I'm sure too we'll get a 4:3 aspect ratio or something.
No,
on.
it's different when you see it.
I agree.
No, yeah.
I
mean,
agree, I'm sure it
I
is.
haven't seen an IMAX yet, but I can tell when you watch it I watch it in XD and I watch it like in just like a normal like theater screen. I want to see it.
Okay, we get it. You love Sinners. We're talking about
4
Thunderbolts
times!
now, okay?
I'm just telling you.
Wait, so like, are
I'm
we gonna
just
see it
telling-
tomorrow?
Yeah, I am down
I
to
have
go
to
see it.
work.
Tomorrow?
Yeah, did he seen it 3 times? I'm sorry. Thank you for me and Tommy Jeff may go see it.
What time?
Well, I mean,
I told
whenever.
you balaclava.
What time are you working till?
4.
We can go see it maybe in the evening. I'll see. I don't know. We'll see him.
I don't have a car, so I may need to be picked up.
Yeah, that's
cool.
fine.
Thanks.
Ty?
So
We're
tomorrow,
making plans. Oh, no. All
He's
right.
seeing
All right. Okay,
Thunderbolts.
Ty.
He's
We get it.
seeing
You're
Thunderbolts
busy.
at 5
Oh, yeah.
He
You
did
I,
say that.
I am seeing Thunderbolts tomorrow at 5:00.
in IMAX.
Would you rather not?
So I looked at the 70mm screens. They were all 11:30 a.m. and they all sold out.
Oh,
That's it.
everywhere.
So I have
Center?
not checked Vista. If you want to check Vista Theater,
Oh, yeah.
Lord.
Just drive.
Why
just-
are there not more
I'll
IMAX
drive it.
theaters?
I don't
Anyways,
have my
so
car.
with
Damn
Thunder,
it.
look, good on Thunderbolts.
I'm excited. for
That's
this
fine.
movie.
With this all-star cast, one of them is Goldie Hawn and Kurt Russell's child, right? Who plays
Wyatt
freaking-
Russell, yeah, U.S. soldier.
Yeah, he plays U.S.
White-
Soldier, which is the evil Captain America. Wyatt Russell.
Oh,
Yeah, White
White.
Russell.
I thought you said White Russell.
Sebastian
I
Stan.
was like, they named their kid White.
David
Harbour.
David Harbour.
and then Florence
Florence
Pugh.
Pugh.
Yeah.
Pugh.
Pugh.
Florence Pugh of Fighting with My Family fame and only Fighting with My Family fame.
That
I'm
is
just
literally
kidding.
what I knew
Midsummer?
her from.
Yeah, no
Midsummer.
shit. Ty. Yes, we get all right.
Fighting
She's
with
in
My
Midsummer.
Family, though, great wrestling movie.
I read Soraya's book. It's fucking fantastic.
So what's cool about this movie is that this is one of the Marvel movies have been, we kind of all critique this on a lot of the episodes that they're doing a lot of CGI. A lot of this movie is practical effects. Like Florence Pugh actually jumped off the second highest building in the world for this movie.
Yeah, I
So,
saw that
yeah.
featurette.
And it's like, if you think about like Captain America, Winter Soldier, like a lot of it was like practical effects on set action. And I think Marvel's finally going back to that route. And I think Ten and I had this conversation at the comic book store today. And it's like, Marvel needs to not be afraid of using B-list characters, right? Like James Gunn really made an
Well,
impression.
yeah,
Because like
absolutely.
the Sentry is like a major character in the comics, and like if you don't read the comics, you don't know who that is, and it's like it's a big deal he's on screen. And to introduce him this way is kind of cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I do think that Kevin Feige's he's a deep cut nerd. He's
Yeah.
obviously he cares, but
Fig.
it's so funny because it's kind of I guess thematically the show right about directors in Hollywood and whatnot. I feel like James Gunn for sure hit a home run with Guardians of the Galaxy, but I remember there was no fanfare around that film, and that's
Right.
what was so amazing about it is that people were like, "What? Who the
like
fuck
an
is
underdog.
this?" Yeah, I remember many a nerds.
But his name's
I was-
Fag, right?
I was what? Who?
Fag?
Who?
What do you mean?
James Gunn?
No.
Kevin Feige.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
Isn't that-
Feige.
Is it Fag?
Feige.
It's Feige.
Look it up, Tommy Jeff.
I
It's
listened
Kevin
to.
Feige.
Yeah, it's Feige.
I've always
Yeah, they said all the interviews are saying Feige.
Feige?
Is this what you're stopping me for?
I'm
Kevin
so sorry. I
Feige?
just need to confirm.
For sure it's Kevin Feige.
Feige?
It is Feige.
Good Lord. That is
What a name that is.
That's
Kevin
a bad-
I
Feige
love
is
how
the head
you-
of Marvel Studios, by the way, who works at Disney, who makes all
Bad
the
name.
Yeah,
I
that's
thought his name was Fag.
Feige.
You think Feige and Feige or
That was like Fagin from Oliver Twist.
I feel like I just popped your bubble on that one.
You did a little.
Well, the point I was making is that James Gunn was, if that movie would have not performed well,
Right.
because that was another movie that literally from word of mouth
Yeah.
became a thing and became like that soundtrack played at every comic book. I was working at a comic book shop at the time, and that was like that soundtrack was in everybody's freaking on their
No, it
playlist.
exploded for sure.
Yeah, so but if that movie had not commercially performed well, they would have fucking thrown James Gunn under the bus. I think
Right.
at the time all he had done was that movie Super and did he do Slither?
James Gunn?
Yeah.
He also did the Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Well, he
movies.
wrote the Scooby Doo movies.
Right.
Yeah.
They weren't directed by him, but he directed at the time Super and he directed some trauma stuff. He was like such a like
I think you directed a
D-level.
couple episodes of Gilmore Girls.
he was like
could be
small time
wrong.
director
Yeah.
that was put in was given a pretty big budget. He was a trauma guy. Like the fact that he worked for Trauma was not the best kind of like, and I love Trauma. Fucking anybody who works for Trauma, for me, they're a fucking megastar. Okay, fucking Lloyd Kaufman is. You guys are about to see the friggin' Toxic Avenger movie soon, but he wasn't well known. And if that movie hadn't commercially performed well, he would have fucking got thrown under the bus, and they would have been like, "Fucking, oh, he's the director. He doesn't know what the fuck he's doing. Let's."
He fucked it all up.
Yeah. So, but sure enough, he hit a fucking home run. And you're right. Like they need to kind of take chances.
It honestly changed the game.
I can tell you, I remember. There's few movies that I have like the remembrance of like the feeling when that Redbone song started to play, and they cut to that wide shot of Star-Lord dancing, freaking like on his little heist, and they hit the fucking
His little
Guardians
heist.
of the Galaxy titles.
Yep.
Like it was like euphoric for me. Like I was
Mm.
like, this is
This is something.
fucking
Yeah,
yeah. This
yeah.
was. I knew from that moment. I'm like, this is special.
Yeah.
And it's like it's one of those films where I'll remember like everything about like the theater I went to, who I was with. But yeah, so hopefully, yeah, like take chances on some of these fucking characters because they're the more interesting, especially with Marvel. Like Marvel has like they did a really good job with their Infinity War saga, but their smaller characters have the ability to be really friggin' interesting. And that's also hopefully what James Gunn
Right.
is also bringing into the DC universe as well. Like some of these characters are very human.
Yeah.
We want to see the flawed characters because none of us are perfect. Don't get me wrong. I love Superman and Captain America and their moral compasses. But at the end of the day, we're all, the people watching these films, staring up to these like godlike,
Right.
perfect characters. We're all flawed and human.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's where we're going to connect with the story.
And I think that's what that was like the joke of the movie that they kind of say it in the trailer. They're like, "What do you do? I fight and shoot. What do you do? I also fight and shoot." It's like
Yeah.
these characters don't have powers going up against a god, which you guys will see when this movie comes out.
Yeah. Shout out to friggin' Thunderbolts for beating Endgame
Yeah.
and friggin' snapping Thanos out of that spot for reviews.
I was trying to do the fan event, but I couldn't use my AMC A list for it, and all you got was a keychain. So I'm just singing in Dolby.
Yeah.
All I got was this lousy keychain.
I mean,
Whoa, dude.
I don't know what
It
you're
looks
talking about.
cool,
This
but
guy.
it looks cool, but I don't want to pay $30 for it.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm already paying that for my A list.
I'll give you $30 for the keychain, maybe.
Hey, I got a keychain in my car. You want?
No, I want the Thunderbolts keychain.
Oh shit!
With the asterisks.
Damn.
This is a man. Come on, the title of this film has to be about film studios, and Watch The Studio. Have you guys watched that show at all on
I need
Apple
to.
TV Plus?
Which one?
Seth Rogen. They're short too. They're like freaking 24
No,
minute
I really want to
freaking
watch it. But also, like the new Black Mirror season came out, so I've been watching that.
Yeah,
So.
man,
Black Mirror has
everybody's.
a new season.
Oh, dude,
Yeah.
people are losing their mind over.
Has
it.
been it's been a long time since that.
It's
had anything,
dork.
no?
Well, it's an anthology, so it doesn't really matter where you start.
Yeah.
Hey, Black Mirror's getting a comic book for free comic book day
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Free Comic Book Day is happening
this
It's-
Saturday.
this Saturday.
This
by the way.
Saturday, yeah.
We'll plug that at the end. Yes, this is fucking great because I watch on the show. Basically, they're like, it's basically this subject. Like it's a fucking joke on the show about like fucking Barbie made so much money. We have the ability to capture any nostalgic franchise and just put, a filmmaker behind it and a big star behind it and like turn. So in the film, it's like the joke is that they're like, we just got the film rights for Kool-Aid. So very similar. I don't know if this is life imitating art or art imitating life. Toys R
Whatever
Us
it is, it's a nightmare.
to develop a Toys R Us. It's funny. Its own movie R Us, and it's not going to be R rated either.
They're gonna get a real giraffe in a T-shirt.
I don't know. Hollywood may never recreate the success of Barbie, but execs at Story Kitchen have landed on a bold new strategy. Why not make movies about the stores that used to sell us Barbies? That's got to work, right? Either way, Toys R Us is getting an original movie in the vein of Night at the Museum or Back to the Future or Big, plus other successful toy-inspired narratives like Jumanji and Barbie per variety. Considering the vast variety of toys that and that giant dinosaur that used to rule the Times Square flagship location, the producers may want to add a Five Nights at Freddy's to that descriptions, but we'll see how terrifying, intentionally or not, the movie is when it actually comes out. They're making a joke. They're saying it may be fucking terrifyingly
Oh, okay, let me
bad.
get it.
What? Why?
Why?
Because look,
Why, Pablo?
Like, how
because
does this?
money.
They already did the Night
Because
at the Museum.
Minecraft's
Has
about to
money.
make $1 billion, but Minecraft's great, y'all.
I'm so sick of this shit.
Toys R Us went
I want to get
bankrupt.
off this ride.
No, Toys R Us went bankrupt for a lot of different reasons of mismanaging and execs getting richer and leaving the people who actually work
The
there.
CEO sold all of the land underneath every Toys R Us to his own
Period.
company,
And now
that
we
is
want a
why they're
movie?
bankrupt.
And
then
we're
now
gonna
they're
give
and
them
now there's
more
a
money?
movie for this.
Are you gonna get and that guy now sold rights to make
God, I'm
billions
so
on the-
exhausted.
on
You
the
guys
net.
have no idea the high that I'm on watching like original fucking IP movie as good as Sinners, and then I have to go back to talking about that.
But Toys R Us.
No,
Let me
fuck
see
it.
There's that
Well,
giant
that's so
giraffe
stupid.
cosplay that I see
Diddy,
at all the
Diddy,
comics.
I'll
Oh, it's
compromise
so
with
stupid
you.
though, Pablo.
Diddy, I'll compromise with you. Let's talk about Minecraft.
No, I'm pissed. Like that's so stupid. I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I hope you guys know.
Well, I mean, like it's funny because now, in theory, like from an exec standpoint, that's the mindset is like, look, and in Minecraft.
No, they're trying to
sense-
make more money.
Well, so here's
the
the
movies
thing.
are going to be more cheeky, more fun, whatever. Jack Black.
Margot
Here's the
Robbie,
thing.
all the
What the
performers
fuck?
just
Who
have fun.
cares?
Here's the
I-
thing. I'm here. I support the creativeness if it's like somebody that's actually trying to be creative with it.
Yeah.
But if it's somebody trying to be force fed this, that's gonna be my issue.
Yeah.
Like if this is like a force fed
Yes.
idea, like no, like we're
Like
getting a ton
Barbie,
of money
right?
to
Well,
do this.
well, let me
like,
play
yeah.
devil's
Like
advocate.
Barbie was actually creative and great.
Yeah,
Shut the fuck up.
I will go. I fucking love Toys R Us. It's an institution within my childhood memories.
Look,
Like,
as
Yeah,
a
but
kid,
this isn't
absolutely.
that.
However,
this isn't that.
I will say, as awful as execs are, it does supply a lot of jobs for a lot of people. And
Making movies.
if we have a chance to get Toys R Us back because of this,
Okay,
I
but
don't
this
know.
is
As
gonna, hold on, hold
awful
on.
as it is, it really is
It's
just
not
This
coming
is
back
gonna
from
be,
it.
store.
this is gonna be
Here I
like the
am
hostess
worshiping
cupcake
commerce.
situation and Twinkies and everything, and they came back worse.
Yeah. Oh, brother.
Yeah,
It's not coming
Like,
back.
Like let it. We need to let things die.
I agree.
Hey,
Toys R Us
you
was a
love
moment in
capitalism
time.
so much.
I don't need a Blockbuster to come back because I have a Blockbuster in my garage.
Ayo.
Hey, that's fucking true.
Right? The Toys R Us stuff. I do love Toys R Us, but Toys R Us was a moment in time, and you're right. If they brought it back, just like it probably would be fucking worse.
It's
Thank
a-
you for giving me that credit, but I think Tom
But,
Jeff
well,
said
I mean, I get
actually.
it. Did I get why you don't want to see this movie? And
I just
you're
think
right.
that it's like more of these fucking inane movies that are just like I get it. Like Jack White's in it.
But
I mean,
Jack
Jack
Black.
White. I'd actually see if Jack White was in it.
Jack White was great.
No,
He was-
Jack Black's in it, or like Ryan Gosling or Ryan Reynolds, and it's like, oh God, I'm exhausted. Like, give me something better. Give me
us Tommy
something good.
Jeff.
Give me Tommy
Give me
Jeff.
Tommy Jeff,
Give me
man.
something good. Give me something original. Sinners.
I
don't give a fuck.
I support Sinners.
I'm walking out.
I support. I'm gonna see. I want to see it as many times probably as you have. I'm very excited.
Listen.
I haven't been this excited to see a movie in a long time.
And yet, no, I'm just kidding.
And you,
I know
haven't
you have-
seen it 3 times
you
yet?
you have kids. I get it, but I'm just I'm not. I don't want to see
Look,
those
Toy
dumbass
Story,
movies.
This is Toy Story's origin.
Yeah, I don't want to see it.
Oh man, I
Don't
like that
make
idea.
it. It's just a
The
way
origin
for
of
someone to
Toy
make
Story.
more. You like that?
Yeah, man.
I'm pissed.
I'm easy to please. I'm easily pleased. My love languages don't require much. It's just like the slightest bit of all the.
It's disappointing.
I'm for it because, like I said, I guess the job opportunities.
But
that
we've
will
literally
supply-
talked about how we're tired of these movies.
Yeah.
You talked about Minecraft before you saw it. Before you were. Are they putting something in those movies? Because
don't
you
know. I
literally were
drank the
talking
Kool-Aid.
about that movie and you were like, I'm so sick of this shit. This is like not what we want to see anymore. And then you saw it and you were like, hell yeah. Did you guys know how funny
He's been
Jack
brainwashed,
Black is?
hypnotized,
Like,
something.
that's
Maybe.
crazy.
Maybe.
Anyway,
Look, me and my kids have been singing the Jack
don't
Black
blame it on your
song
kids.
from that film. They
Every parent loves that scapegoat of it's my kids. I
We
swear,
had-
I
and
love
they
it
love
for my
it.
You know what
kids.
it was?
Every
No.
parent stays up watching Bluey way past their kid's bedtime.
Well, don't-
Yes,
their
I would
kids.
Hey,
watch
don't
this
bring
without
Bluey
no,
into
I-
this, okay?
No, I won't.
Because
Look,
Bluey,
I like
that's a
Bluey,
different thi-
and I'll watch it with him, but I'm not fucking watching Bluey on my own. I don't know what parents are doing that. Get a fucking
So
life, people.
many.
It's
I-
look, it's a good show, but I'm not watching it.
watch
What-
every episode.
I have much more important shit to do with my time than fucking watch.
But you're
Bluey.
sitting here praising.
Look, because we shared a wonderful experience together. We laughed together.
Sure.
We had moments together. They had little emotional arcs. Like
That's
it was
cute.
awesome going on that little emotional roller coaster with them, and then seeing things through their perspective. Yes, but aside
I love
from
that for you.
aside
And I'm
from
not
that,
being sarcastic about it. I
it
do love
was a fun, funny movie.
Yeah.
Flat out. The
But
jokes
you
hit.
literally just last week were like, fun, funny movie. Fuck you. So I'm
Yeah.
just like
Well, I was
wondering where,
wrong, okay?
where did
We're
that
also
my
about evolving.
where
on
did
this
my
show.
punk cousin go?
I'm
okay?
still punk.
No, you're not.
All right, just Jack Black's hilarious. I'm sorry, and Jason Momoa is just so fucking charming in this
Never
movie.
even-
No, don't ever apologize because Jack
also-
Black is hilarious.
Also, Jason
but
Momoa's character in the movie is obsessed with like
And now he wants a
80s,
Toys R Us
90s
story.
technology and shit. Just like I'm telling you, I'm not like dressing like that dude, but
Hilarious.
he could be my spirit animal.
Straight up hilarious.
It's funny. When you watch this movie, you're gonna be singing a different tune.
I swear to God, I said that. I know it's gonna be funny. I know it's gonna be like ha ha. Ha ha, good.
it's
not
a kid's
like
movie.
How
It's
fun.
going to
It's
be
like-
funny.
Oh, how fun.
I'm
Oh.
telling you.
For real.
Yes.
Oh, I agree. We need early 2000s comedy type movies to come back.
I'm so mad.
Uh,
Pablo,
Ty,
you need to check yourself.
Mom and dad are fighting.
You have this headline.
Oh hell! I didn't think we were gonna talk about this.
What are you talking about? Image Comics is being adapted. This Stillwater to be adapted basically by Amazon, which is MGM's.
Yeah,
As first reported by Deadline.
dude, it's a darky story.
It's a what?
It's a Chip Zdarsky.
Sardarsky
Zdarsky.
of Sex Criminals. Hold on, Stillwater. I thought you had this pulled up, Ty. Wow.
I have it filled up. Oh, the article.
Oh wow. Okay,
I have like the comic. I thought you wanted me to talk about the comic. I'm like, I can talk about the comic.
Greg Berlanti's Stillwater at Amazon. Series orders at Amazon. Sets foster date at Hulu Eyes. Okay, what? This is a whole freaking long thing. Let me see. Oh. Man, I hate the way these websites.
Sorry, I
work.
lost my cool, guys.
Okay,
I
here
love
it
you
is.
all.
It's okay.
It's all right.
You just got to be.
I
more
like a
the
funny
Kool-Aid
movie.
Man.
I like a funny movie.
Watch the movie.
You just
before
got to be
you
like
judge
the
I
Kool-Aid
will.
Man.
Don't just hate on it to hate on it.
Oh, you were fully hating on it. That's.
But,
I think
yes,
that was my whole
I
That was my whole thing.
yes.
Is that you were hating on it before, and I was like, it's gonna be funny,
You're right.
and then you were like, yeah, fuck it, I don't want to see it.
Swapped now.
And then all
Yeah.
of a sudden,
Now
haha,
you're all
it's amazing.
sinners
It's
done.
hilarious.
And then you're like, whatever, I'll see you sinners when it comes out on video.
No, what? I never said that. I was.
no, we're watching it tomorrow.
I'm just saying.
I
yeah,
never said. I'll buy
Matinee,
Sinners.
I'm
on
just
Go
saying.
on digital.
I'm just saying.
When
Matinee it
Sinners
up.
gonna go to streaming?
That's what you want to know.
No, absolutely not. I want to see it in theaters, but yeah. Zdarsky and Perez Image Comics series set for an Amazon top during a profile of writer producer Greg Berlanti. Greg Berlanti is, I think, famous for like all the CW shows.
The Leftovers and Watchmen.
Berlanti?
It says Berland. Oh, that might be Carly Rye.
No, Greg Berlanti is known for like the Flash and Green Arrow and
I'm on Variety.
and the Legends of Tomorrow. That's like
Yeah,
that's
I'm
like
sorry.
On
considered
Netflix?
the Berlanti verse.
Sorry,
no,
I
on
meant-
CW.
Oh,
Carly Rye. who's
Monster of the
also-
Week formula.
you know I love
Yeah,
Monster
Carly
of the Week.
Rye of
Love-
HBO's Watchmen,
Yeah, which was
with
amazing.
Skybound Entertainment, who also did The Walking Dead, are adapting Chip Zdarsky and Ramon Perez. Mike Spicer colors on that one, by the way, too. Excellent colors. Of Image comic book series Stillwater, Prime Video has picked up the series adaptations stemming from the Berlanti Productions and Warner Brothers Television. The horror thriller is being adapted by Carly. All right, originally published in 2020, the comic series sets a narrative spotlighting an unemployed ex-con, Daniel West, who receives a mysterious letter informing him that a distant relative has passed away and he was set to receive a pretty sizable inheritance. But to claim it, he's going to have to head to a small town of Stillwater. Yeah, dramatic, I know. Being adapted by Amazon. I never read the book. Did you read it?
I read issue 1 because when I was working at the shop, I remember when this book came in, and we had a good amount of people having it on their pull list. I never finished it, but like you said, amazing colors.
Mike Spicer's an amazing
yeah,
colors.
Chip Zdarsky, amazing writer. It had potential. For me, the set line was kind of shocking because I out of everything that could have been adapted to a live action, I was not expecting Stillwater, but I'm excited for the team.
Yeah, Chip Zdarsky famously, like behind it, you can't really see it, but there's a hanging. You can pull it off. Let's see. Can you? There's a hanging comic book. Pick it up. Pick it. Yeah, can you pull it? I don't know. It's in there. Okay. This book by Chip Zdarsky from Sex Criminals. That's the ghost variant of it.
Nice.
By the way, it's like probably one of my favorite comic books ever. Hence why.
Where's my camera? Okay.
Yeah, right there. Hence why it hangs on my I love this freaking comic. And anything he writes, he has a really good way to like write obscure concepts and dark story and like real story and adding like so much heart and humor and stuff into it. And that's gonna sit next to you the entire show.
Yeah, okay. I can't keep.
It's
I
fine.
can't handle it.
We'll put it back. So
I read the first 2 issues of
Stillwater.
that one. Yeah,
Oh,
I'm excited. I'm gonna watch it.
yeah,
watch
for
it.
sure.
I think for a while too, his show was Sex Criminals was set to be adapted by somebody too.
I remember that.
I feel like he's gonna within the next couple of years, a lot of Zdarsky stuff's gonna blow up, and people will know, be like, "Oh, this was a Chip Zdarsky." Same way as like Mark Miller of like Kick-Ass,
Yes.
probably, and Wanted and all that. Well,
I mean, I like Chip Zdarsky's Daredevil stuff too. So I mean, he's
Yeah.
he's got range.
he's got range.
I mean,
I
he's
never
got
read his
range.
Daredevil. I read his Howard the Duck. Pretty funny.
Hell yeah.
It was. Sex Criminals would be really sick though.
You know? Oh yeah, I would freaking love if somebody freaking adapted that.
Yeah.
But that is the perfect segue because we did go to comic shops.
Yes.
Ty and I went to comic shops and we got some stuff. Hold on, where's
I was
it?
like, where is
that?
it?
Here we go. And what segment is it called? We visited some shops. Hopefully, we'll talk about some #1 comics. So we're doing a really interesting thing this week because normally we highlight one #1 comic, but there were so many good #1s that you need no prior knowledge or insight to be able to enjoy that we wanted to share as many as we could. with everybody because this was a big week in comics, especially from like smaller studios as well. So normally, like I said, I think what we were originally going to highlight was we came into this and then just like off the cuff, I threw a friggin' wrench into everybody's thing. We said, why don't we all read a little something? But what's this? I'm sorry, give me the sword one. Lost Fantasies. That's I just needed to see the title. Lost Fantasies dropped, and we were like, hey, let's read this. And then before the show, I'm like, why don't we all read one of these books? Because there's so many cool things to highlight. But Ty read Lost Fantasies.
I did.
So basically, this book dropped. It's a #1 from Image today. It is a written by Kurt Pyers, artist Luca Casalanguida. Also does the cover, as well as there's other covers, but who's the colorist? I'm sorry, I do need to see the book, Diddy. I'm sorry, man. How do I pronounce that last name? Does anybody know? Luca Casalanguida. Languida, Casa Languida. And then, sorry, I'm going to also assume that colors, Baby My Barkdale, and letters by Mika Myers. The book is an oversized #1 for $4.99, available at your local comic shop. There's a world of magic, myth, and monsters that exists beneath the surface of our own. Since first contact was made over 100 years ago, the great hunters have kept us safe from the creatures that lurk in the shadows. But last night, something broke through, and it's up to a rookie monster hunter, Henry Blackheart, to stop it. A fresh take on fantasy from creators Kurt Pyers, Luca Casalanguida of James Bond fame. And somebody says it's East of West meets Something is Killing the Children. Something is Killing the Children is the crown jewel of horror books at Boom Studios, which is a independent, kind of indie publisher. It's a new ongoing series, plus the Indigo Children Return and Indigo Children Exodus, a brand new story serialized only in the pages of Lost Fantasy. I have no idea what that is. But Ty.
Okay, so that makes more sense. Sorry, I was
okay. There was an extra story.
There was an extra story, and I thought it was part of the story. I'm like, why are we in space now? And I was like, oh,
okay.
And then I did see on the bottom that it was.
It's like Tales of the Black Freighter.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, this is something completely different. But
yeah, so some comics will add a little anthology story at the end of them. The Watchmen famously did that, and I guess that's also what they did. Ty, why should people read Lost Fantasies? And yeah, why should they? Tell me a little.
Yeah, so what's cool about Lost Fantasies? I think that kind of summarizes perfectly. It's East meets West versus Something Killing the Children. This is taking the idea that the book starts off with talking about the great earthquake in San Francisco and how it was actually started by fire trolls, and how the presidents had to make deals. There is a world between worlds, so there is a department kind of like Something Killing the Children, that there's a department hiding these monsters. So there's this special division of magic users, right? And they kind of go into the history, and the main character kind of talks about the history. There's a department in Europe, there's a department in the US, and they're all have different names. And there's a facility in Japan, and they're all by the famous magic users. And the reason why I chose this book, when Pablo originally asked us what book do we want to read this week? What's kind of special about this book, each issue, all their cover Bs are the quote big fucking sword variants.
I feel like our episode is very connected somehow within all of our conversations this week, because this is a PlayStation 1 looking video game-esque cover.
You got the cover.
It's like a Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah, that's definitely what they went for.
Yeah.
Issue #2 is going to be, for all you anime fans out there, it's going to be Berserker. So he's going to be hunched over with this big old sword. But yeah, artwork is great, and it is an oversized #1 issue. But if this is your first time picking up a comic, the artwork's great. It also reminds me a little bit of God Country. For those that read that, that was another amazing independent title.
How would you describe that art style from God Country? Well, let's see it. Show it to us.
It's very similar. So I don't know how to describe it. It's just that kind of that splash, but yet detailed artwork.
Oh, that's beautiful.
It's so great. And the character is that, the badass that's too cool for school, but like is just down for business.
Yeah, it's a lot of like kind of implied
Right.
lines. Like where it's like you don't have to like give an intense amount of detail, but it's a really good use of like color and shadow and
Right.
but like not overly detailed drawing.
Hmm.
But like the creation of light in it is really, really well done.
Oh yeah, especially right here. There's a scene like this character has a tattoo in his
The
neck.
color's amazing too.
Color's amazing.
Yeah.
Like obviously we have the dark forest, and then it's being lit up by the monsters coming out of his neck, and then obviously with the lettering looks great because the monsters obviously have a different voice, so they kind of do like the little squiggly line for the monster's voice. It's high fantasy, noir, action packed. There's this dude's with a big old sword fighting monsters. Like that's what else could you ask for, right?
What else could you ask for besides somebody fighting a monster with a giant fucking sword?
And then I will say, I know this is issue 1, so we are allowed to like spoil it. There is
Yeah, this
a
looks
death
brutal. I don't
at
know.
the very end
Of like,
of this first issue.
do they freaking Rob Stark or not Rob Stark? It was like freaking who's the Stark dad?
Oh,
Ned Stark. You?
Ned Stark.
Stark.
They do.
No, they Ned Stark you is like, yo, you get this main character and then
And boom.
bam. And you're like, I thought this show was about to be all about Ned Stark.
Yeah.
You can't kill him. And they kill him.
And Dunzo.
Yeah.
Mm. Damn.
That's up. Are you pulling it? Are you waiting for a trade? Are you what would you say?
Yes. This one I actually already added it to my pull list,
Nice.
specifically the big fucking sword variants, because like that's something I feel like I need. I definitely want this as a trade because I like having trades to like have my family read.
So you're doing both.
I'm doing both.
You're going all in on this
I'm
book.
collecting the variants and I'm getting the trade.
I like this. I like this that we all read one because I can be like, so if you don't like this book, then that's just all on Ty.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
If you don't like that book that Diddy recommended, that wasn't me.
It wasn't
That was
me.
Diddy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. No,
Damn.
it looks fucking dope, and I can't wait to read it. And I'm gonna really probably sink my teeth into that afterwards here.
Yeah.
Diddy, you got a book. You got a really cool book. What's with the exhaling like that? You got the Slasher's Apprentice. Also, I think Sammy the Monster, shout out to her. She did a
amazing
interview with
Yeah.
the
Amazing
creator.
interview.
So this is from Mad Cave, and I love that this is from Mad Cave because Mad Cave is like quickly coming up here. I should pull these images. Hold on. But from Mad Cave Studio comes the Slasher's Apprentice. Let's see if I can get this up here. The writer is Justin Richards, illustrated by Val Halverson, colors for Becca Nolte, and letterer Buddy Boudouin. Boudouin.
Boudouin.
I know it's B.
Come on, Louisiana.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Boudouin. Hey, Bo's,
Hey, what
Bo's out
Bo
here doing
doing?
stuff.
What Bo doing?
What Bo doing? Buddy, what Bo doing? Riley's a horror-obsessed podcaster with a slasher villain fixation, is seeking a new career path, helping her favorite legendary slasher, the Hopton Valley Killer, regain their long-lasted notoriety while learning the ropes herself. This book is $5. Dropped at your local comic shop today. It looks like it is available too also at like Barnes and Noble. If you find a Barnes and Nobles, I decided for sure that I'm all for the Barnes and Nobles these days.
Yeah.
Really dope. Once more, Mad Cave Studios. They're kind of hitting right now.
Yeah.
Mad Cave's like kind of killing it with a bunch of different comic books.
100%. And I love most of their stuff. I do like this.
Okay, so tell me, Diddy.
Oh my thing. It's just
Okay.
not
Oh,
100%.
check out. So once more. Oh, all right. So tell me how you feel about the book.
No,
Why
like
people should or shouldn't read it, or
the art is amazing. The story's really good. It is this podcaster that is like really obsessed with getting to the bottom of murders, it seems. But then you find out that no, she wants to like insert herself into the murders.
yeah, she's like an apprentice, like that. I think his interview, what he was talking about too, was the creator was that he's like, who cuts the lights out for Jason in the cabin, right? And,
Which I watched that interview after I had read the comic, but which I loved it. I mean, I read it, and the immediate vibes I got from it were Cabin in the Woods. I was like, this seems like very orchestrated, like something's going on. I don't know if I had the full right idea, but if you like that sort of thing, like
you don't like Cabin in the Woods?
no, Cabin in the Woods is, I love it. That's
Was
why,
that-
that's
who-
when I liked it.
Who didn't
No.
Eli Roth? I thought that was. Didn't he have something to do with that? Eli Roth didn't have anything to do with Cabin in the Woods.
Tommy
Am I
Jeff?
wrong, Tommy Jeff?
No, it's not Eli
Looking it
Roth
up.
at all. But no,
Has he had nothing to do with that movie?
Cabin
I thought-
Fever.
Oh,
Cabin
that's something.
Fever.
Cabin Fever. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
look up Cabin.
Cabin in
Wait.
the Woods is written by Joss Whedon and
I said-
Drew
I said-
Goddard and directed by Drew Goddard.
Yeah, Godred directed it, but Joss Whedon wrote it. And although Joss Whedon, yikes.
Apparently a piece of shit.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
But it did remind me of that in a couple instances in this film. I mean, not in this film, in this comic. And I was like, oh, this feels like very orchestrated, like something's going on, like she wants to be a part of it. But then it's definitely not like that at all at the end. Like she wants to be a part of it, and this guy is actually killing people, and she wants to actually kill people with him. It's not like orchestrated.
Well, we
in a
read
way.
American Psycho too, and when that a little
Yeah.
bit about, I guess, celebrity worship.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
So
kinda, right?
she is a podcaster, and she wants to be at the bottom of whatever podcast is going on about murder,
Yeah.
you know? So she wants to get at the bottom of this. So she was like, let me in on it.
So a little Nightcrawler.
Like almost-
Would you say
yeah.
a little Nightcrawler?
Yeah. Nightcrawler for sure. Because she's like, I'll be there. Like, I will literally help you do whatever you need to do so that I can be there to witness all of it, because I want to know your mastermind behind all of this. And then the blurred lines between it where she maybe starts killing people. You know, it's
Yeah.
interesting.
Well, I mean, like whether you're indirectly responsible or directly responsible. Yourself,
Yeah,
technically.
exactly.
You're responsible.
So it's interesting. I'm into it. It just wasn't what I was expecting, but that's because I was expecting to read Lost Fantasy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? So like
Sorry, I
it
threw that.
switched my whole vibe
Mindset.
of stuff. And I hadn't read anything about this. But then I read it and I was like, oh, what is this? What is this? And I didn't know what it was. So at first I was like, oh, this is like a whole like
I gave you the
this.
option of super science. You didn't.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That's
No.
why I laughed. I'm like, you really didn't give
I
me the
did.
option.
said
I
you
said I'll take either of them. Okay, go ahead.
No,
Sorry.
I'm pissed. No, because now I'm mad.
Me and Diddy are at odds in this whole episode. this
No,
is where it all
because I-
started.
I really want.
I didn't even read all super science. So it's,
Are you fucking kidding me? No,
He was like,
because
I really-
wanted
Okay.
to do that book.
Are you recommending Slasher's Apprentice? Like, okay, like if you like Joss
Listen.
Whedon, Cabin in the Woods, if you like Nightcrawler,
Do whatever you want. No,
are
I'm
you
just,
put-
no,
are you-
I'm just kidding. I think that you should read it. Yeah, I'm excited to see where it goes. I don't know if I'm pulling it. I might wait for a trade because it didn't hook me as much as I usually get hooked.
You think the
if
main
I
you
like
think the
something.
main character is unlikable
Yeah,
because
yeah,
because
she
they're a
wants to
killer.
kill. Yeah, yeah.
So there's like that balance too of like there's like infamously that story of like one of the best episodes of Sopranos called College where
Sopranos.
Tony is hold on. Where Tony is taking Meadow to go see colleges. It's like the first season, but he like runs into a dude who was like a rat for the mob, and while he's taking his daughter to go see colleges, he has to kill this dude like old school like Godfather style, like a piano wire freaking choking him, has to kill a guy on the and originally like I think TV execs were like, if you do this, you're gonna ruin that character. Nobody's gonna want to stick around for your show because you're gonna make him unlikable because he's gonna be a cold-blooded killer. But the balance in that show was that, and the moral ambiguity is like oh, but on the same time, during the episode, the duality is that he's a really fucking good dad. And so it's an interesting balance. Are you saying that maybe they didn't land that balance with this character? Or
Well, I
maybe
guess.
yet?
Well, what I guess I'm saying is that at some point, I'm going to start incorporating Gilmore Girls into every single part
Well,
of our
Oh my
lives.
God! Hold on. Can we just talk about how Emily Gilmore is the best part of Gilmore Girls?
This is relevant
Take
to the
a-
subject matter, to the
How?
character.
How?
Emily
Because,
and her
the
stoicism.
balance- The balance of the two. Oh,
I'm
Skylar's
so
in the chat
sorry,
on the
but
on Instagram.
Emily
Hi, Skylar.
Gilmore is a bitch.
Look,
And
Emily
I
whatever.
do not care.
I
do not care. And
love Emily.
You guys are turning
I
this.
cannot
this is-
stand-
Anyway, comic
I-
book.
This is. Hold on.
I'm
This
just
is-
saying. Okay.
You know what I was doing.
No,
here.
I don't.
How do you not? Okay.
Okay. So
Are you pulling the book or are you not?
Well, I had said that I'm gonna
You're gonna wait
get
for
the
the trade.
trade, but I am interested. But like you said, the main character's not likable.
That's why I was
And-
trying to.
But it wasn't enough to make me like get into her anyway. Like I wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm like into like her story or whatever. Shut up.
Are you a fan of true crime stuff?
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, no.
No,
maybe
right?
not.
I have a. I struggle with it because sometimes I'll like. I think like one of my favorite comics is called My Friend Dahmer. It's about Jeffrey.
It's
Dahmer.
hard to read.
Well, I didn't love the show.
I never
book-
watched a show.
the
but
book is a little bit better.
The book's better. I mean, I never watched a show.
But because the book takes a place of like, don't empathize, pity, but don't empathize because this person's a fucking monster. And
So at first they try to make you feel like maybe this person is like someone that you can relate to or whatever, and then you like start to realize that she is like actively rooting for this person that's like murdering people.
it's a
and
killer
then-
because she's obsessed with the killer. So
And then she's blurring those lines because she's a podcaster and she's like wants a story.
it's like people who still listen
Yeah.
to Michael Jackson after watching Leaving Neverland.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do
What?
it there.
Gives beat it a different meaning now?
Ooh, brother. That
All right,
Tommy Jeff, you read
pretty
Hold
young
on,
thing.
hold on,
Pretty
hold on.
young thing.
Do you guys like guns?
Look,
do you like war?
Yeah, you
Do
read
you like John Wick?
John.
Let me talk to you about Planet Death.
Yeah, Tommy Jeff.
Let me tell you
Hold on,
about.
Hold on, before we get into Planet Death, really quick, let's see.
I told you I'm not pulling it. I'm waiting for the trade.
Apparently, Planet Death Zero is a must-read according to previewsworld.com. Dang it, I thought I pulled up a better. I at least want to give credit. Look, what attracted me to this book, is the fact that it's on actual like
Paper.
newspapery paper.
Yeah.
Like most modern comics are this glossy thing, right? But this is a Planet Death Zero that dropped today. And the art in it is beautiful. I didn't read the back once more. I mean, I did this last week where I'm like, I don't look at the back of the book. I'm just looking at the book literally by the cover. But it is a beautifully drawn book. It looks Matrixy, a little Gears of War-ish.
I was gonna say like Warhammer 40K, whatever it's called, and like Alien.
Yeah, a little alien-ish.
Little alien,
Yeah,
little Ridley Scott.
A little Geiger-y. But internationally acclaimed screenwriter Derek Kolstad, who I guess was the creator of John Wick, New York Times best-selling Robert Venditti of Superman 78, Green Lantern, with visionary artist Thomas Gorio?
Tomas Giorello.
Giorello. Oh, Giorello? Tomas Giorello of Star Wars and Conan, and 10-time Eisner winner David Stewart of Star Wars and Hellboy have combined forces to bring you the essential first chapter in a groundbreaking new sci-fi epic. Millions of miles from home, hundreds of ships descend into a stormy atmosphere of a hostile frozen world. On board, an army of resolute men and women brace for a coming assault. They're an invasion force and on an impossible mission. To destroy the devastating enemy weapon garrisoned? I don't know, man.
Garrison.
Look, yeah, sure.
It's an army term.
It's an army term. Basically, it's like a bunch of clone soldiers, I guess, against all odds. who dare the unthinkable, cross behind enemy lines, survive lethal landscape, evade capture of ruthless enemies, resist natural predators, face human deserts, or whatever.
So let me talk to you about
Yeah,
this.
please just tell me about the book.
The beautiful thing about this is the artwork. It is genuinely a very beautiful piece of work. Very, very thankful that
Skylar says hi, Tommy Jeff. And,
oh my God,
in the Instagram
Skylar. What up, Sky?
What up, Sky guy?
So
I gotta keep an eye on the Instagram channel.
Yeah,
I realize I
yeah,
keep it on over eye on here too. Okay.
So the art is amazing. The dialogue is very minimal. I genuinely feel like there is more text on the back of this than there is throughout the entire story. And it did take me a moment to realize that it's only two people talking in the entire thing.
Okay.
And that confusion made me not like it right
Oh.
away.
I didn't love
But
that.
that's interesting.
It is interesting once I understood it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, I like this. I would genuinely recommend it, especially if you do like graphics. You just want to kind of watch like kind of a very quick episode
Yeah.
more than like read about it.
Or if you like John Wick.
Or if you like
That's
John
so
Wick.
weird that that's how they're. I mean, I wonder if he is on board with that idea, or if that's just like, no, we got to market you as the screenwriter for John Wick. Sorry.
Maybe, I don't know.
Or if he was like, hey, motherfuckers, do you know who I am? I'm the
So-
screenwriters for John Wick.
So I looked into this, and
Which
this
one is it? So,
was the #1 selling comic in April.
this is right now?
Yeah, this is the #1 selling comic. Dude, this thing sold 655,000 copies.
What?
What are you talking about?
But I also found out that they're selling this. If I read this correctly, they sold these in groups of 25
I think this was. Oh, that's genius.
for free comic book.
Yeah,
day.
it's a small company, and I think this book was like $1. It was $1.99. Yeah. So it was $1.99. You get it, and it's printed on paper. Like I said, it feels
Yeah,
like
like-
newspaper.
the texture wise and everything. Reading this is very satisfying.
So this is I guess a bit of an ash can, and it's also from a small press, which I like. It's from Bad Ideas Comics, which once more I love that we have. I wanted to feature it because it is a smaller press book. But yeah, I mean, Free Comic Book Day is coming up,
Yeah.
and you want to kind of incentivize people. Hey, you're getting a bunch of free stuff. This is only a $2 comic.
Right.
And I guess if you're into like what would you say? You said Geiger, John Wick,
Wick.
guns, war, violence, blood. I mean, you just have to like some of those things.
erections.
This is the,
Erections?
this
Two
is the
people
comic.
Tommy
talking.
Jeff. Are there erections?
No, but there are tits.
Oh,
Oh,
Is their face looking?
is there
And
face?
that's what we
there
call
will
a
be face
callback.
licking in the
Why are
video
you
that we
avoiding the
upload.
question?
No face licking.
Pass.
Definitely tits.
Pass.
Oh wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
A lot of okay, and reading this, like going through it, looking at this, like the first time and even now, dude, I get Avatar vibes from the mecha suit that he's
Oh,
wearing.
yeah, I like
that's
that.
all I was thinking about was like the dude with the giant scar.
Yeah, you know
just,
what?
like-
This gives me like James Cameron-esque Avatar,
I could see that.
Terminator-y, future, dystopian future kind of vibes, right?
Oh,
So, and you know what's really funny? Before I started talking about this with you guys, this was a trade. After talking to you guys, I think I want to pull it.
All right.
wow,
Tom's like,
Tommy
you know
Jeff.
what?
That's high praise.
It's
That's high
definitely not.
praise.
It's
Tom
definitely,
Jeff doesn't even watch movies, y'all. He's
No,
putting
I
this-
don't.
He doesn't
And,
even
like,
read
the thing
comics.
is,
That's
is,
high
like-
praise.
and like the thing is like the more I'm going through this, like it is such like visually, like it just gives a good like cinematic style like story. And like there's so few words in it. It's great.
Yeah.
It's honestly good. And if you and like if it's something that's being given out in like droves for free comic book day, dude, go pick it up. Like
Nice.
go pick it up.
Absolutely.
And
Spend
for
$2
and for
support-
$2 on
support a
it,
small publisher.
yeah, dude, go buy it.
Oh yeah.
All right, right on. Yeah, $2. That mean, come on, you're getting a good $2 friggin' story. I didn't fully read my comic book that I was
You
supposed to.
son of a
But I will
bitch.
tell you, fine folks. But look, I did read enough of it to tell you that I am so into it. Hold on, I'm sorry. All right, I didn't do the assignment. I was busy trying to set everything up. But
I literally was like, I want to read
I
that
really
one.
want to read the book. Look, I love this book already from the parts that I have read because I did skim and start reading certain aspects, and I'm like, oh, I'm so fucking into this. And the reason why it attracted me was because I said it reminded me of Venture Bros and the guy at Comics, Tunes, and Toys. Oh man, I'm so sorry, I can't remember. I know Gilbert. I don't remember the other guy's name, but he's fantastic and he's super hilarious and super helpful every time. And I will learn his name now. We were talking. I'm like, man, this gives me Venture Brothers vibes. He's like, not enough people give that show credit. And I tell him I still play the Cowboys and the Cows and Graveyards game. Y'all play that when you're traveling?
What?
Basically, you get like
Housing, no, dude. I play my Switch when I travel.
Cows and Graveyards. So if you're taking like a long road trip, depending on which side of the car you're sitting on, you get points for every cow that you pass up if it's on your side of the car.
Okay.
So if there's like, oh, there's 10 cows, 10 points. But if you pass a graveyard, you lose all your cows.
No, I have.
You
No,
mean- you mean
that's so funny because I have played that game, but it's not cows. It's hay barrels.
I've done it with chickens in Kauai.
You know what's so funny is that it's the South and then the like Idaho, like Canada,
Mhm.
and that's like the same game. But we play like hay barrels. But if you pass a cemetery, you lose all your hay barrels. Yeah,
There you go. That's a great game.
and
I
we
learned
go,
about that
hey,
from
hey,
Mexico.
hey, and then we're like dead.
The
I feel like mine's funnier. I don't know.
It's good. But
Because
it
what
was-
do you do? Cow?
yeah.
No,
Well, you get
moo,
points for
Dad.
moo,
cows.
moo.
No, you
Moo,
get
moo,
points for
moo.
cows. No, I don't say go moo moo moo. I'm just saying like, oh, there's 10 cows, 10 points for me, or whoever's on this side of the car. Graveyard, you lose all your.
For
cows.
mine, you have to say hey for every time you see a barrel hay.
Oh, well, I don't want to embarrass myself. I just want to play the game.
Well,
I'm
that's
gonna, sorry. When you say graveyard, I'm assuming you mean like when there's like
A cemetery or
like an
cemetery.
actual cemetery. How many cemeteries are you seeing?
dude, have you driven
On
through
a road
America?
trip, so many.
I thought you
Brother.
meant like you know, I hate to say it's like when
So
someone gets in an
many.
accident,
Well, have you
they
ever-
leave like flowers
I
on the
also
road.
Have you
That's
ever
what I thought
drove
you
through
meant.
the South?
Yeah, if you drive through like if you're
No,
especially
my
if you're
cat ain't
driving-
welcome there.
But yeah, they are. I told you I'm from New Orleans.
Eh,
But anyways, there you
well,
See, I
This
am
day and age.
I am of the believer that if you see cows, you just go, "Whoa, cows,"
look at
and you
those
just point
cows.
them out.
When I see
look at them cows.
when I see graveyards and I'm driving, I'm like, fuck, look at that just great. I didn't think those things existed. I thought that was like only in cartoons.
Hey, you
Like,
know,
but I'm saying like
you
the
know
way
what my
that
dad
some of the
says?
graveyards look.
Oh, okay.
you know what my dad says? He goes, people are dying getting there.
Super Science is from the Lab Comics. And it's an exclusive 22-page story that leads into the Lab's original graphic novel, Super Science.
Dad jokes.
Super Science Chapter 0 introduces a world tuned. I think this may be another kind of free comic book day promotion as well, because I want to say this was 99 cents.
Oh,
Super Science 0, because it leads into the graphic novel, and I'm fucking on board. I am so on board with this comic. I cannot tell you folks how much I love this freaking comics, right?
Venture
Though?
Bros.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I freaking love it, and there's stuff in
You
here that I
activated the
can't
balloons?
even talk about. But one of the variant covers, oh my gosh, one of the variant covers is one of the characters in it who's like a cat human hybrid sort of thing, and I love this Shining reference, by the way, with the bear in the bedroom, with the guy in the look. Come on. Super Science introduces a world turned on its head by amethyst incidents. What's very interesting about this too, from what I did read, instantly on the first page, they're talking about big tech companies and amethyst being like this big tech company, and it's like a robot or an android basically talking to a group of tourists, and it's saying, in case you don't remember, Montague Industries is one of the largest engineering and technology companies in the world, with clients including Amazon, SpaceX, Raytheon, and the U.S. government, including all 4 branches of armed services. So they're like even kind of talking about, I want to say a little bit of a satire here and kind of talking like with some of the bigger tech companies. But it introduces basically a mysterious catalyst that introduces us to amethyst incident, a mysterious catalyst that empowers tinkerers, inventors, and disruptors to create mind-bending scientific marvels overnight. In a chaotic new reality, readers meet a human-cat hybrid named Karen as she infiltrates a high society sex party in Los Angeles. Her mission to steal top-secret tech from eccentric billionaire Burt Montague. Blending high-concept sci-fi with razor-sharp comedy, The Prelude sets a stage for an upcoming original graphic novel blending high-concept sci-fi and razor-sharp comedy. Super
Venture
Science.
Bros.
Super Science Chapter 0 takes a satisfying look at the absurd, often disastrous consequences of unchecked innovation. We live in the fucking wild, wild west of technology, folks. And this is probably one of the most relevant subjects ever. There are literal tech billionaires right now fighting laws that could potentially benefit people's privacy and information that are being like blocked because friggin', money and whatnot. Because tech rules the world at the moment, and everything is technology, and everybody wants to build that marketing profile on you. So Super Science from the Lab, 99 cents. It's a one-shot, 32-page, rated PG-13, it says. Super Science Chapter 0 is an MK that has the MK Perfect covers. Let me see. I have the creators here. This is from N. Alessandro K. and M.K. Perker is the artist. Colorist Adam Gozowski and letterer John J. Hill. This book looks amazing. Once more, it's another one that, if you like the Venture Bros, if you like relevant subject matter, satire, kind of humor in the world of technology, I'm buying that graphic novel because apparently it's just a graphic novel. So cool. I'm sold on it. I'll probably be talking about it. I'll be sharing it.
But you bought that for me.
No, I'm Super Science 0. I'll track you down a copy.
Well, this one.
Anyways, also
down.
Other things that came out this week. We did do a review on Giant Generators seasons on issue 4. It's crazy.
Yeah.
How quickly comics move sometimes. As we're talking, we just talked about seasons. Godzilla versus Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Now, this is an interesting one because Godzilla versus America, Los Angeles, number 1, benefits comic shops impacted by wildfire. 100% of the proceeds of this comic will benefit comic shops and stores impacted by the Los Angeles wildfire. In October, IDW Publishing announced its Godzilla vs. America comic book series featuring stories set in iconic cities. We had this Godzilla vs. Chicago one that was really awesome as well, by creators with strong connections to them. Now, in response to the greater Los Angeles wildfires, the publishers will use this upcoming Godzilla vs. America Los Angeles number 1 to give back, announcing it will donate 100% of the proceeds of this book to the Book Industry Charitable Foundation. Pretty cool. I mean, I've bought all these Godzilla books. I know that right now they're going through all the Godzilla versus the Marvel Universe. But this did drop, so if you do want to support a good cause, it's $7.99. This is cover A that I have. Do you have a different cover, Ty?
I was gonna buy cover B, but I didn't because I like the
Cover A?
Yeah, because
This is a dope
because it's
cover.
LA. And what's kind of cool, shout out to Ten and Funky. They kind of posted this on the Comic Book Hideout. There is so all of them are short stories.
Can't
by,
see you. You got to cut to your
I did.
camera. Oh, yeah, you're out there. Okay.
Yeah. What's kind of cool is that all of the short stories are by creators in that respective city.
Yeah.
This one is How to Survive a Godzilla Attack Using the Metro Link.
That's hilarious.
And it's like a step-by-step plan and reasoning.
I love it.
And I think that's really creative. And
So much.
And it's once more like Shaquille O'Neal versus Chicago.
Shakila.
Or Shakira versus the
Time
world.
to go to bed, Pablo.
Yeah, Godzilla versus Chicago. It's like an anthology of a bunch of different creators.
Yes.
Look, and not just this. Honestly, I feel like we just talked to David Boer, who lived in Altadena, who's an awesome comic creator of Ghostbusters, Specs fame. And he
Kanto.
put us on Kanto, which I'm about to drop pretty soon. Probably after the free comic book day hype, whatnot. So he gets the proper recognition that he deserves.
Absolutely.
But David Boer was one of the people that was affected by the wildfire. So there's a lot of creators as well that live in the greater Los Angeles area that were affected by this. And just because it falls out of the problem is it falls out of the 24-hour news cycle, right? Because there's a lot of other news out there. But there's a lot of really great creators. I'm sure they can. But David Boer, friend of the show, I will definitely shout him out. Go check out Kanto, his Ghostbusters run. He's going to be doing something at Golden Apple on the 24th, I think, as well. What?
I want that Canto thing. I thought we were
The
gonna
Canto
read it.
book?
Yeah.
We should read Canto.
should.
Volume
Yeah.
5, I think, dropped today.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell.
Which is crazy because they're like 32 issues in or something like that. So we should read Canto 1 and kind of discuss that. And maybe we'll get David back in here and kind of do a little deep dive with him.
See.
Other books that came out. We're taking everyone down with us. Issue 2 came out. I'm very excited
Oh,
about that.
nice.
This is on my pull. I said I was going to pull this book. It is on my pull. Farrell's issue 12. Very fitting. We just
12?
12. So if it
12
comes out
is
once a month,
crazy.
we've
Yeah.
12 months.
12 months.
Which is we've been doing this for a year. So that's the significance. The first book that we reviewed on this show or talked about was Farrell.
Pablo.
What?
Hey, 12.
Hey, 12, 12 did he? Guys, anybody? 12? Oh, you weren't here for the first episode. But, sorry.
All right, fuck me, I guess.
I love you, Ty.
Thank you,
12.
Diddy.
Hey,
I love you.
12. 12.
12, baby.
Okay, 12.
Yeah, from the creators of Stray Dogs, Tony
Hey,
Fleece,
6.
Trish Forstner. This is collected in issue 1.
6 is crazy.
Tony Fleece and Trish Forstner. This is kind of like a zombie cat apocalypse, kind of like in the vein of a Disney cartoon. I can't recommend it enough. It is out there. And the animated style contrasts with the violent story. This book works as an easy metaphor for zombie movies, but also operates within fears of being lost and just honestly a fantastic book. Chris Pyre said that. That came out. And lastly, there's a new heavy metal.
Well,
Ty, what do you... This
what
is
was that?
15
Wheel,
bucks. Okay, so this is $15. If you guys know, I guess, the vein of how Heavy Metal magazine works, the #1 illustrated
So flip
magazine.
it over real quick.
The world's greatest illustrated magazine, yeah.
No, sorry, other way. Yeah, so Heavy Metal, obviously, it's been around for a while. Heavy Metal did a Kickstarter, and it had 10,924 backers. The pledge was a grand total of $782,989 to do reprints, and that's what you're holding. That's a reprint.
Yeah, okay, so... I'll be
relaunch.
transparent with you folks. I think there's a little controversy with the folks of Heavy Metal and the comic book industry. We're going a little long on the show, but there is.
Get 'em.
I'm not the
Get
one.
'em.
I don't have all the information, but I think the company was sold to a private party, and then there's sketchiness around that. But according to Fangoria, after a massively successful Kickstarter campaign, the popular illustrated anthology Heavy Metal magazine is making a comeback with over $1 million in $1 million in pre-order sales. Holy shit. The first issue of the new relaunch is available now and will be released quarterly, partnering with comic shops, gaming, and TTRPG stores and newsstands around the world to bring readers the best sci-fi horror fantasy. And you're saying these are a lot of reprints, so maybe if you didn't catch Heavy Metal around the first time that Heavy Metal was a thing, let me tell you, there are a lot of titties in this book.
Titties!
I can't even show y'all a page because any page that I cut to is just like boobies, nipples. The nipple has been freed in this comic book. But also wonderfully beautiful artwork. Yeah, sci-fi horror, and just penises, vaginas, and boobies.
What's that milking?
I don't know.
What are you talking about?
Do you want to?
I
Anybody
mean,
want to see some boobs in a magazine?
I don't know what you're talking about.
This is a 232-page story with creators like Steve Mannion, Dave Quinn, Tim. I can't say Vigil, Jim Rugg, Frank Forte. What were you milking?
I wasn't doing anything.
All right, Tom and Jeff, you want to see the boobies?
Yeah, let
No.
me see the boobies.
Yeah.
It's too late. Tom and Jeff got the boobs.
So
You said titties, and Tommy Jeff went like this.
I sure didn't do this. All right.
it's that time of the show.
It's that. Oh, Ty, you got a trade.
I did get a trade.
All right. Heavy Metal came out. Ty, what is this? I'm so excited about that. Fuck.
Yeah, dude.
Damn it.
I'm
Look at this.
So-
Diddy? Gerard Way.
I fucking know.
So this is the collected 1 through 6 of Paranoid Gardens, and it's kind of cool. Like,
Was that it? Was it 6 issues?
yeah, 6 issues.
That was it.
Yeah, for part. I didn't
Part
get to,
1.
I didn't get to read number 6, so I don't know. But it's funny because they're all wrapped. Like you have because
Yeah.
they don't. I'm assuming they don't want to damage the cutout. Because like when I was getting this off the shelf, I was like, wait, why is this? It's
Why can't I flip through these
why can't-
pages?
Yeah. But it's funny because like I was like speaking of sinners, I don't want to get sidetracked. What people talk, a lot of the people in the comic community, including Sammy the Monster, a lot of people, and I love this. They're saying if you like Sinners, you should read this, and a lot of people automatically go to Blade
Oh.
because it's Marvel. But there's an independent comic out called
Wow.
Bitterroot. Bitterroot is great, and without spoiling Sinners, they talk about hates. And how they monster hunt those, and it's a family of cousins, and it's kind of taking place in the South. It's amazing. I know the second series is out, so issue number 2 dropped today for Bitterroot, the next series. You can collect the original Bitterroot series in graphic novel form, or if you can find the single issues, great. My comic book store also has the ash can for the new series of Bitterroot, so that's really exciting. And I was gonna pick up that trade and bring it here, but Paranoid Gardens, I'm low on funds, and I'm like, I have to
Yeah,
get
you gotta
this.
get it.
Yeah,
I love that.
Super stoked about
If you're a
this.
fan of My Chemical Romance, if you're a fan of
Umbrella Academy,
Umbrella Academy,
If you're-
what was it? The Fabulous Killjoys,
Fabulous Killjoys,
Gerard Way.
who's also
And thank you so much for that tie.
oh, you're welcome.
Thank you for giving me that.
Oh yeah, Got you.
Um,
Umbrella Academy is also coming back, so Gerard is not done with comics. Just
Oh,
well,
no,
hot
he-
damn, the Netflix
No,
show
he
ended.
is not. How old is he?
No.
He's fine.
no,
he's
no
doing-
Netflix show's done,
Yeah,
but
No, I'm saying Gerard Way is
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out. He's doing.
Oh, yeah.
He's fine.
I mean,
Like he is alive.
He was born in 77. That makes him, what, like 49?
He's fine.
Yeah.
He'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
yeah, dude. He like the new comic Plan B for Umbrella Academy is focusing on the Sparrow Academy.
49?
47.
47?
Unless his birthday passed already, then he's 48.
Oh, I'm sorry. 77. I can't do math.
We're not here for math.
I'm not here for math. I'm here to read books.
I'm looking
with
at
pictures in
pictures.
them. Yeah.
Good Lord.
But anyway,
Well, he was born in 77. Is that 48?
48 years
He
if
just
his
turned
birthday's
48. Yeah.
passed.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did pass. It's in April. April 9th.
Happy belated birthday.
Happy
bro.
belated birthday, Gerard
And
Way.
on that
April
note,
what?
April 9th. Look, we reserved those for you.
I gave that to him. Yeah.
Yeah, take that, Gerard.
Happy
We
pre-
love you.
We use one of our 3.
Well, that's worth it for Gerard Way.
Yeah. We only have one left.
Yeah.
Use it for this. Go see Sinners.
I was gonna say that was today's haul.
No,
That's the wrong one.
before
Crickets!
we go.
That was TJ.
Crickets!
That was Tommy Joe.
Before we go, Free Comic Book Day is this Saturday. What is Free Comic Book Day? Free Comic Book Day is a day where retailers, comic shop owners basically get like comics from the distributor for like a penny of the cost.
Yeah.
And they so in order to get more just people to go to their local comic shop, you can go to like I think it's like localcomicshoplocator.com.
Yeah.
To find a local comic shop for you. There is a bunch of free comics that you can get. Usually they're giving a lot of promotional stuff and it gets people into comic shops, hopefully buying comics like some of the ones that we just, what is the milking sign for like some of the comics? I saw it.
What?
You can go to freecomicbookday.com. Some of the local comic shops that more than likely tie, I don't know. Well, no, you're.
What?
That I'll be going to is probably maybe like Golden Apple, Comic Hero University in Fullerton,
Yes.
Comic Tunes and Toys in
So
Tustin, Coffee and a Comic in Huntington, Comic Book Hideout in
Yeah.
Fullerton.
Yeah, and then what's kind of cool, so every comic book store will be a little bit different, like
Yes.
and how many books you can get. I know.
Go to all of them.
Go to all of them. Try to grab as much as you can. They had recently announced like their Post Malone has a comic that's coming out for Free
What?
Comic Book Day.
What?
I kid you not. It's like Big Rig or Big Red or something like that.
Too much. I can't.
The Will Eisner comic book biography looks really cool. I'm gonna try to pick that up. If you're a Transformers fan, Worst Spot Ever is coming out. Mark Spears Monsters #0 is a big one that everyone's eyeing. Black Mirror, Phineas and Ferb, Gargoyles.
Oh yeah,
the
Arsenal
fun stuff.
Comics, by the way, in the Valley, by the way, if you're in Ventura County.
Yes, and I'm very jealous. I wanted to go to Revenge of because they're the only They're the only store in California that's getting the Fangoria comic book size issue.
Oh,
Texas, Revenge of. I don't know what store in Texas. I didn't look at. I was just mad.
there you go, Revenge of in Los Angeles. If you're
Yeah.
a fan of horror, Fangoria, and that's what. Now these are just getting out of control.
It's
Tommy.
that time of the night.
Tommy Jeff is off camera doing things. Folks.
All right.
Okay, so
Well-
in American Sign Language, the
Go to Free Comic Book Day.
Go to Free Comic Book Day. Yeah, support your local comic shop. Oh, there's the third one.
Yeah.
Golden Apple. Once more, all the shops that I listed. Local comic shop locator.com.
I blame Tommy Jeff.
Or is it comic shop locator?
You can also go to freecomicbookday.com and then
Yes.
they do have,
Their
where you
own?
find a shop and then you can enter your zip code and then it will tell you local shops.
Yeah, and then comicshoplocator.com where you can find some of the, a lot of the, keep in mind, most retailers for comic book stores are privately owned. There's no
Right.
giant.
Actually, yeah, freecomicbookday.com/store locator.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. And you can see some of the free comic books that are out there.
And it is organized by age range. So if you want to get some for your kids, there's a kids section, all that fun stuff.
Diddy, I know we're over, but I do actually have a real gift for you.
What?
I did go.
I love gifts.
I did
love
go.
languages.
I didn't do this in my what I learned this week, but I did learn that different is not always bad. I went to go see Hamilton, and I went to go see Hamilton. And I was nervous to go see it
You
because
did
I
what?
love the original cast so much. We went to the Seagram Summit in Orange County, and I was like, I love the original cast so much, and I'm nervous that these people are going to do like their own renditions and slightly different, and there's going to be different performers, and I'm not going to love the play as much. But let me tell you, it made me just love it even more.
Nice.
Seeing it live, seeing it in person, we had great seats. Everybody who performed, yes, they did do their own take on it a little bit, but it was fantastic, and I approve of all of it. So I went to go see Hamilton, and I got these pins. You can't have the one with the little Hamilton star, though. That one I called dibs on that one already. But you can pick one of these pins out of this little.
Pick one out of the thing.
Yeah, pick one.
Pick one out of the thing.
Pick out, except the little Hamilton star.
Just take it off right now, Pablo.
Let me just take it out right now.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Now I won't.
The trust.
Now that you told me not to do it, I
The
won't
trust.
Now that I think about it.
do it. That's Pablo's my cousin. Like he does not trust me to
Look
like
at this.
not take
Look
it.
at this. Look at that little. There's a little Hamilton pin. It's gonna go on.
I
my
cannot
battle
believe
list.
that you didn't tell me.
Tickets were like three.
What?
But so we bought the tickets a
Oh.
while ago. Not that I'm saying we bought the tickets a while ago, and originally they were like $122, but I had to buy them from a second party or whatever, or third party, and it was like $350. And Brandy was like, "Why did you spend that much money on our tickets?" I'm like, "Because it's a once in a lifetime experience." And afterwards, she was like, "I'm so glad we spent this money. This was worth every penny.
Nice.
Like it was fan-fucking-tastic." And I can still listen to that soundtrack and never get tired of it. It's still going. It's still playing. Okay.
No, it's sold out everywhere.
Well,
like
you
I
know,
can't.
not really. Not unless you're spending big bucks. You just gave me a hard
do
time.
Not
Listen
even
up, pockets.
come out.
Just go out. Just put it on a credit card. Rack one of those babies up.
I think I want the feather.
Okay, take the feather.
Is this whole thing mine?
No,
Yes.
see this.
Yes.
See this. I'm
Yes,
glad
it
I
is.
took the star now.
He took the star
Well,
in
why
anticipation
would he
of you
give it
doing
to
that.
me?
Thanks everybody for
He
joining
got
us.
to
I'm
see
sorry
the
I haven't
show.
paid that much attention into.
Don't
Katie said my font just blew.
don't
even.
feel bad for him.
Hopefully you guys have kids. Johnny California has been dropping some hilarious stuff here in the comments. I always love going back and reading these. Just because we're not reading them live on the show doesn't mean we don't see them, by the way. Yeah, anything you guys want to plug before we wrap this bad boy up?
Free Comic Book Day, that was it.
Ty, where can we find you on social?
You can find me here at the Deeper Sister Nerdcast. You can also find me at Tai Tai Photography.
Tommy Jeff.
Oh man, you can find me at Deep Issues Nerdcast. You can also find me on Instagram at the Tommy Jeff.
Ooh, Diddy.
You can find me here, and you can also find me in the bathroom because I have to pee so bad.
Don't
All
Don't invite
the
people.
don't
time.
invite people
Don't
to the
invite
bathroom.
Yeah.
Don't find me there.
Don't find me.
If you find me there, I'm gonna punch you.
My name is Pablo Ramirez. You can also find me here at the Deeper Issue Nerdcast, thinking all the deep thoughts about all the shallow things. And I think that's it. Thank you. We went long. We started late. We went long. That's been the story of my day.
Life's life, man.
But I regret nothing. And now we're maybe going to go get some Lazy Dog and just walk in on them on the last minute.